let's get into this.
Yep, this is going to be interesting as well because now we are going to see a little bit of different approach as well. Super Cat going to be going for the Paquito, a pretty even matchup against the Lancelot. But of course, the kick of the pain, right from the get-go, we do see his HP being chipped away down bottom by Saken right from the get-go. And we see a very annoying Super Vin just going for the invades here. So I don't think we're going to see too much action yet, but Bigatron Alpha is just taking whatever opportunity they can. Even Zarizo is just bullying Fluffy right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, naturally, like, the lane matchup against Trisla is always going to be rough. And for Croc, he definitely this time he's not very tanky. Ooh, Dreams getting the stun in Super Ken. He's really forcing the issue.
And yeah, now Hijumi, he actually escaped this as well. They force commitments coming from Bigatron Alpha, but fortunately for them, they didn't actually commit to this. Like, if they actually flickered forward for that auto attack, I'm pretty sure they would have gotten the kill, but I guess it's just not worth it coming from Bigatron Alpha. Like, their win condition is into the later stage of the game. But surprise, surprise, because of all this chip damage from the get-go, you can see that mass recalls has been made coming from EVO's Legends. You know, Kaja as well as Hijumi forced to go back, means that they cannot rotate down to the goal lane and pressure and make space for the Babe anytime soon. Meanwhile, they're going to switch focus up top and try on the driver's seat right now.
Absolutely, they rotated out to ensure they're in prime position. First, the first turtle. I mean, there's not too much look. Brands is going to be relatively able to sustain, and Super Cat, no contest whatsoever will secure turtle.
Oh boy, when it comes to this, you can see that, you know, even though they have a very early composition, it feels like they're just not translating anything. But Super Vin, he might be looking to try and kill off Nier right here, but at the same time, he's dropping down pretty low. But look at this, he's being swarmed out by 4 members of EVO's Legends. And he actually flickers forward, gets a solo kill on Nier, and actually gets out to safety as well on EVO's Legends. Just not able to do this, and now they are forced to defend against the purple buff, and now Divine Judgment come in, trying to delay it, but they have stolen the purple buff. They're calling it Fluffy in, but Fluffy is only a fluffy rock.
A fluffy rock. Okay. But overall, I felt like in this situation, Nia really has to, unfortunately, his farm is delayed, and even delayed even further now that Super Vin secured first blood. And instantly, the punish coming out from Bigatron Alpha, rotating multiple members. As you say, they're in the driver's seat, and Zorizo, really nice penalty zone, and Moreno just providing backup.
Yeah. And of course, once again, Brands left alone, uncontested thus far, hasn't been able to utilize his passive to chip away the gold plating. And I like how Sake is just freezing the lane intentionally, trying to zone in whatever XP, but no, here comes the catch! They find Dreams, and that's gonna be an easy kill in the hands of Bigatron Alpha.
Instantly, Bigatron Alpha, they know their win conditions. This is the best start possible. Hijumi is quite far out, gets the Terrify in onto Zorizo. Will it be enough to get him? No. This is a really tanky hero, a lot of sustainability. The Super Ken, now he's going for it, gets the kill onto Hijumi. NEA sidesteps Thornrose. He'll be able to get out, but instantly, EVO's Legends unable to get anything from these rotations.
You know, Bigatron definitely understood their timings a little bit better than EVO's Legends right now. They haven't been able to set up a fight favorable for them, and Bigatron is just getting so much value across maps, and now even objectives-wise, they're just left uncontested. Look at this, Super Ken already just denying resources away from Nia because of that solo kill coming from Vin, and this is getting a little bit too rough here for EVO's Legends.
Yeah, instantly Super Ken 2 levels up, focus on towards Brands, Shark Wave, but that not only enough to kill. But overall, you can see instantly BTR, they're really forcing the issue. But again, they know these timings. Instantly when EVO's Legends wants to answer back, there's stage. And instantly, this is what you want to see from this team.
Yeah, it's interesting considering that the deadly catch was there. It technically should be able to set up for a team fight down bottom from the rest of EVO's Legends, but it seems like right now, considering how oppressive Bigatron Alpha is in terms of resources management, Ney has no other choice but to just find from on the other side of the map. And all these little creeps that's been denied away means that Super Cat is just getting so much value into the resource. And pay attention to this, he's level 9 as compared to Name's only level 7. And right now, EVO's Legends, they are working with a ticking time bomb, and they haven't been able to find opportunities at all.
Yeah, farming at lightning speed. Super Cat gets repressed, and Fluffy gets the kill. This is a small victory for EVO's Legends. They have to keep going for these pickup. This is their competition. But Nia, Super Cat doesn't seem interested in him. He's just focusing on cutting the waste. I'll allow you to live for the day.
Yeah, but now, speaking of this fight as well, you can see the recalls are coming in. BTR already, 5k net worth into the lead, taking 2 tier 1s up top and bottom, and just EVO's Legends just can't do anything at all. Like, they're just stuck.
Absolutely
they're trying to set up a play, and they're trying to set up a play. Hijubi steals the penalty zone, but aside from that, they just need to get a kill, and unfortunately to say, they haven't been able to find any opportunities anymore as Bigatron just dodging every single fight. Now, Turtle up for grab, they're going for the conceal plays. Is it a little bit too late? They're going for the wall charge, but it's down to a wretched battle here. But no, they do not get it. They get Super Cat. Super Cat chose to force the fight, but eventually it's going to be Moreno that secures it on this Sicilian. While BTR is looking for the fight as well. EVO's Legends try to drag it out, but the damage is just a little too much from Bigatron.
Just running them down. Like, what is EVO's Legends do? Where is the damage coming out from them? It's like Nia is slowly but surely, his impact on this landslot is just dwindling away. Yes, they're able to at least even up in terms of levels, but at what cost? The fact that Moreno, of all people, was able to secure the turtle, this is Ceylon, it's already like the signs are scaling up for what's to come.
I really like what Moreno is doing though, if you think about it, but hold that thought for now, because as of now, Nia is a little bit trouble. Do they want to engage? Okay, I guess not. But at the same time, I was about to talk about the emblems coming from Moreno, right? He's often go for movement speed and tenacity, which is something that Sicilian previously lacked in terms of sustainability. That's why we do see a lot of Sicilian go for this dominant ice build to kind of get some kind of value. But look at this, he's got the Imperial Rage, he slaps Reams. The snipes not gonna connect from Sarkhan, but it is gonna be enough to scare off EVO's Legends as Bigatron looking to take the tier 1, and they will get their next objective to invade the spaces of EVO's Legends, and slowly but surely all the territories of EVO's Legends are getting completely invaded.
At this point, anything in the land of Dawn is Bigatron's alphas for the taking. They're just showing their dominance. 6k lead. They're going in for suppress Divine Judgment, and it won't be just enough. But that's so many ultimates committed just to take out the XP laner.
This is huge. This is huge. EVO's Legends really needs right now. They need Brass to start chipping away the tier 1, and they do trade 1 down bottom. They even send both Dreams and Fluffy to try to block the rotations, which is good. This is small little wins that they need. But of course, Bigatron just given so much space. They chip away the top side, they chip away the middle turret here. Even the Lord now already in preparations, and EVO's Legends just one step behind. Now they force the Divine Judgment up on Vin, but Vin goes for the Tyrant's Rage. He catches 2, but he won't fall. He takes 1 with him. But Nier tries to redeem himself, but the snipes from Sakin will take him down. That's gonna be a double kill. And now Super Cat looking to prolong this fight, but terrified from Hijume will stop him in his tracks.
I mean, 1 for 2 trade, you only lose Super Vin, and after all of that, if Bigatron Alpha also secures the Lord on top of it, this is absolute domination coming out from the Red Robots. EVO's Legends, I'm not sure if they had a good amount of damage coming to our late game. Oh, yes, that Crab Claw does hurt, but I think it's kind of late.
Yep, Brand's still very far off as well. He's able to chain onto Sakin. Sakin down to half HP, but the Lord is still alive. He needs to find a way to poke the long-range battles, because right now, EVO's Legends, they can't seem to go in for the flank. And every single entry point to actually commit to this fight is pretty much in the hands of Bigatron here. Let's move in. Just looking for the catch here. But looks like they just don't have the minutes to commit. They will back off.
Here's the biggest issue right now with EVO's Legends, that they are far behind, and you say that maybe if they're able to create space and drag this game out, there is a chance, but no, there is this late game insurance with that Sicilian pick from the side of Bigatron Alpha. And let's look in terms of itemization. Fluffy, of all people, who's basically their main front line, is going for a play that had disease. Like, again, not enough damage, not enough sustain. I'm really concerned about EVOS Legends draft.
Yeah, but at the same time right now, Brands does have the Hunter Strike as well as the Malefic Roar. So if EVOS Legends finds an opportunity to turn this fight around, we are going to be expecting Brands to just hover through and take down the towers so quick. And considering that it's still early this game and there's still so many turrets here, that's going to give them the economy they need to make a comeback. But the problem is, how do they find that opportunity? Because Bigatron is just completely choking them out, and even the buffs as well has been stolen away. They not going to be able to do too much about this, and it's scary.
Now, just based on experience, if you're laning like you're playing Bane, you're laning against Beatrix, your idea is that you have so much pushing power with the Crab Claw Cannon, but the fact that EVOS Legends is not capitalizing on that, I felt like not enough support was given towards Brands to enable this Bane to push turrets earlier on, and they just relinquished map control completely. The fact that they only secure one turret in the past 11 minutes, I'm not sure what comeback mechanics the EVOS Legends has.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit difficult as well. Now, the next board already being started off from Bigatron Alpha. They're trying to trade off a turret up top. But again, they're just too late. Bigatron already cut off their rotation points. And because of this, they're forced to back out. They can't even choose a fight as well. And Bigatron, once again, a very, very clean game. Macroly as well, as they wait for the Lord and eventually will collapse to this.
I feel like Nia was just not like allowed like any space to breathe or farm whatsoever. That first kill by Superman just slowed down everything completely. But oh, they're not going to engage on anything. Bigatron Alpha, they're disciplined. They're slowly sinking up the waves, just waiting for it to crash. EVOS Legends, I would say they do have some high ground defense with the Deadly Catch, but it has to be timed perfectly.
Yep, they do have a little more time. The Lord's still hanging down the bottom lane as well. They're trying to force the reactions here. But EVOS Legends, they're doing a fantastic job just not giving them any kind of freebies here as they slowly chip away. Fluffy doing a little bit of decent damage here. He needs to find a way, but the Lord already hunkering down on towards the tier 3 ice speed 1 for Jiro Moreno. They are going to force the issue, but Dreams! All the way to the back, they post Socket, but he manages to get out. The follow-up doesn't come through. Hijime will fall. Nia is going to be next as well as BPR collapses on EVOS Legends. They take Dreams as well. That's going to be a triple kill for Socket. And they look for more, but now 5v2. Perfect time to close the game, and Bigatron Alpha is going to do so. Brands now going to be focused down. Super again gets the kill, and Fluffy last man standing and got to be godlike for Saken. And Bigatron, they know they've took game 1. They go in for the recalls and they close out this game against EVOS Legends for game 1 in this best of 3 series.
I mean, the fans of the Red Robots will rejoice because I don't think we ever see such a one-sided game of all these days. Like, overall, Terrence, what do you think that EVOS Legends have to adjust? Draft? Okay, other than the Bane pick, what else do you think they need to do?
I think it came down to choosing your skirmishes, because I think one of the reasons why Beatrix and Nobar is so good in all these small skirmishes is that you are able to like poke a couple of damage in, and in this case, obviously late game, you know, Beatrix is gonna have those kind of values with those snipes, right? Like one right poke, oh, if you hit the right target, everyone from the opponent team needs to back up. In this case, because of how early game they were poked down, they could not find an opportunity to kind of translate the rotation to help utilize this Bane in chipping down towers, and ever since then they just could not snowball the way through. And eventually of course, the win condition of Bigatron was pretty much, I just need to drag the game late. There's no way you're going to be able to out-damage his Beatrix and all. And even then, you can see Evo's Legends, their core focus was like, I'm going to go all in on Saken. If I don't kill him, well, that pretty much is game for Bigatron.
I feel like there was that one moment that Dreams was able to conceal and try to let the pick off onto its Saken, but I think that was a little too late. This is what their compositions were about. They have to go for these pickoffs. I didn't see Nia like come online whatsoever. Ever since that first kill on towards him, he just never got back up. And from Lancelot, you're expecting all these flashy plays. Yes, he was doing a bit of split push across the map, but Bigatron, they're reading EVOS like a book, just cutting off their rotations and essentially just choking them out of this game.
Yeah, it's a little bit... I feel bad for Evo's Legends. It feels like we're just beating down on someone who's already down right now, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing much we can actually say about the conditions right now. There's just no way Evo's Legends is going to be able to qualify for this. It is a formality match. However, Bigatron needs to close out the second game to kind of secure the top 3 spots, because based on what I'm saying here, updated or from Liquipedia, of course, the brackets, they are still kind of tied in between. So there is going to be a little bit of questions here on who is going to be qualifying and who not going to be qualifying. But of course, let's take a look at the post-game stats here on to see how things are going down.
I mean, this is the final day of group stages in Bigatron. As you say, they have to close out this series to ensure that they're able to qualify for top 6. But overall, in terms of the post-match statistic, look at this gold lead. Just how do you have 14k network in 30 minutes? Just absolutely insane. And even Moreno is not fully built, but you can see slowly the stacks upon stacks. He was just becoming this absolute monster.
Huh. Interesting enough, Moreno did not go for the Enchanted Talisman here. He straight up went for raw damage, played a little bit defensively as well, just to actually get the snowball going on. Like, I guess from that perspective, it's a little bit greedy, but when you're this far ahead, why not? Just, you know, one step is all he needs. I don't need to build stacks. Like, this item is good enough for me to hit you. In this case, look at the damage down as well. Moreno, 30,000, the top of the damage department. It's barely, what, 12 minutes in the game? It was 13:57 minutes into the game, and the damage dealt from Bigatron is already close to 130,000, which is scary when you think about it.
And we haven't even hit that like mid to late game power spike from that Sicilian. So can you only imagine how much of a beast Moreno is? But overall, I would say you only really need Enchanted Talisman if you're not really managing your mana correctly. Otherwise, I think the mana boots should be sufficient for Moreno to really scale up and take over the game. And the fact that he was securing all these objectives while Supercan was just making it work across the map. Otherwise, it's just a really dominant showing from BTR. I think Fluffy, maybe in terms of itemization, is a bit suspicious. It's like you are basically the main front line for your team to set up. You absolutely cannot die in this situation. He's the sandbag, 62k damage taken. But again, I'm not a big fan of damage drop, especially when you're going up against Rizzo on the Trisla with so much sustain, and it's really difficult to win now in terms of lane. In terms of damage to tower, as I say, EVOS just had a really rough time, just like with their rotations and making any cross-map plays. Like Saken was just like solely pushing the issue brands. I feel like there was very minimal impact.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like Brands, I agree with what you're saying as well when it comes to Brands. There's just so little things he can do. He's forced to sit in lane. Evo's Legends was just so focused on the other lanes as well, just because of how Bigatron kind of dictated the tempo for his team, right? Like, Bigatron just forced a fight where it just didn't favor Brands at all, and Evo's Legends was forced to defend on the other side. And, you know, the rest was history. But of course, I'm here to see who the MVP is, because we are going to be writing history now for this game. The MVP from Bigatron, Alpha is going to be none other than Moredo himself on this Sicilian 2-0-8 with a kill participation of 77%. Pretty greedy Bleo, but at the same time, it was well needed because he was able to shut down Evo's Legends in multiple times here. But for now, let's take a look at the highlights here on how Bigatron Alpha did this.
I like how you're still really hanging out terms of the itemization, because I feel like this is a really normal though. You want to go for this late game scaling like damage with Clock of Destiny, but Superman like really setting the pace for Bigatron Alpha. That first kill, and again, I felt like not enough support was given towards Brands, even though he's the main win condition for EVOS Legends. They just kind of left it behind, like covered in dust.
I agree, but there's just nothing much they can do if you think about all this there. Like Moreno is just there providing a lot of assists as well. Yeah, I can see where you're going in terms of greed here, but that's the thing, right? I'm very surprised that despite all that, Moreno's mana is always there. Like, if you are focused on building stacks as a Sicilian, you're constantly going to be spamming your first skill as much as possible, but for some reason, without the enchanted that's why he's able to just match those mobility, his mana regen, which is kind of scary. I think it's because of the fact that the new improved talents played a big factor, but I might be wrong. But I guess Moredo is onto something on this Sicilian right now.
I mean, absolutely. As you said, this is going to be game one already in the hands of Bigatron Alpha. This is going to be match point for them. It is on them to secure, but I want to see EVO Legends bounce back and take us by surprise. Enable Brands, ensure that he's able to pharma. Of course, we want to talk a bit more of our sponsor, Unleash the Beast with Monster Energy, because like without them, I won't think we wouldn't have this kind of hype on the stream, like to keep you guys entertained.
Yep, I agree. You know, you've been drinking so much Monster Energy for the past few days here. Even now, you're still energized to give you guys a little bit of a moment here. But for now, we are going to be taking a very, very short break. And after this break, we'll continue on with the next match with this.
Kalau untuk perubahan emblemnya, gue kurang tahu sih secara signifikan. Cuman gue suka sih patch sekarang karena bisa kita mix-mix emblem. Yang pasti sekarang tuh emblemnya lebih seru dan bervariasi lah. Tergantung player ya. Contoh kalau kayak dia main satu hero, pasti kadang tuh hero-nya bisa emblemnya berbeda tergantung gameplay dia seperti apa.
The new patch consists of new emblems which you can use two emblems at the same time, like Killing Spree, and at the same time you can use Weapon Master. This patch is really good for those players who like to explore like me, and I really like it.
ខ្ញុំគិតថា emblem ថ្មីគឺបានផ្លាស់ប្ដូរច្រើននៅក្នុង patch ហ្នឹងដោយសារតែពេលដែល emblem change ភ្លាមគឺខ្ញុំគិតថា assassin OP.
Dihapusnya emblem jungle itu bikin tank jungler tuh jadi semakin menurun lah picknya. Terus juga ada emblem baru namanya yang basic common itu buat pengganti emblemnya jungler. Lebih kreatif sama fleksibel aja sih.
I would say now because of the new emblems, heroes they are not able to be played last patch. We are able to bring it out now because of the different types of emblem that we can use on the heroes, and because it's very
Waktu tu saya dah start macam full time lah with kerja burger. Bila dah lama, Umi ayah pun tanya, "Dek, korang buat apa ni, Dek?" Saya tak tahu nak pergi mana lah. Umi pun bagi idea, try lah pergi kulinari kan. Saya jumpa beberapa orang yang membuatkan saya punya motivation tu tak ada. Waktu tu lah saya betul-betul start main ML lah. Saya tengok abang saya Amin tu, dia dah sampai tahap rank yang tertinggi at Mobile Legends. So disebabkan jiwa kompetitif saya ni, saya rasa macam dia tak boleh jadi ni kan. Aku nak kena main juga ni. So dari situ start slow-slow main.
Dia jenis yang penyayang, dia suka kucing.
Ini nama dia Along. Kita orang dulu memang banyak kucing lah, lebih daripada 10 ekor lah. Seronok lah kalau ada kucing kat rumah, dia rasa tenang, rasa happy. Best lah kalau ada diorang. Tu kenapa tu? Tos. Waktu saya tengah intern, ada orang tag saya. Waktu dia cakap, aku nak kau join Todak ni. Ada satu nama tim Todak ni. Waktu tu saya dalam dilema lah. Sebab at that time, saya tengah intern tu, lagi 3 bulan after that, saya dah boleh habis belajar. Dah boleh dapat sijil. And dalam masa yang sama, kalau peluang ni terlepas, dah memang takkan ada dah.
Dia beritahu saya yang dia tak dapat nak teruskan internship tu. Dia cuba nak berubah haluan kepada pemain Mobile Legends lah masa tu.
Mak saya ni dia jenis anti lah. Dia fikir yang gaming ni buruk untuk dia punya masa depan. Saya cakap dengan mak saya yang Umi, adik ni jenis yang dia boleh pergi jauh. Dia memang power. Dia antara the best in Malaysia. So why not let him try lah.
Kami pun cuba lepaskan tali itu perlahan-lahan. Saya kata tak apalah kalau macam tu. You just proceed with what you think it's best for you.
Okeylah, you pergilah saya kata. Tapi you kena buat betul-betul. Kalau you buat tak betul, kau balik sini.
Saya pun dapatlah keluar daripada kawasan belajar lah. Saya pergi ke Todak. Saya terpaksa menipu lah basically. Saya bagi tahu dekat umi ayah saya yang Todak akan sediakan kontrak. Permulaannya macam mana kita orang dapatkan kontrak is kita orang nak kena lepas that task, iaitu task kita orang kena lepas ataupun dapatkan top 3 lah untuk Todak Fest 2019. Sampailah satu tahap kita orang kalah game yang kedua. So kita confirm bubar lah. But actually benda ni Asia dia cakap dengan saya, aku still nak engkau dalam Todak. So biarlah diorang bubar pun, aku nak kau dalam Todak. Saya stay dekat gaming house. Saya tak pergi mana-mana. Dengan lagi beberapa orang ni, kita orang tak ada makanan kat situ.
Dia pernah telefon saya tak tahu dia tak ada duit ke apa kan. Dia kata dia nak pizza. Saya orderkan dia 2 kotak pizza. Dia makan dengan kawan dia 2 orang, large pizza.
Actually pasal yang kontrak tu, saya bagi tahu diorang selepas beberapa tahun punya cerita. Saya sikit pun tak komplain apa-apa tentang that struggle that I've been through. Saya bagi tahu umi ayah saya waktu dalam kereta, random things. So waktu tu lah saya baru cerita mana datangnya, kenapa cerita, kenapa tiba-tiba adanya suruh order pizza datang ke rumah. Yang pertama reaction is diorang shock lah dengan apa yang saya dah bagi tahu diorang, sebab diorang tak expect saya akan buat macam tu and saya boleh sampai ke tahap yang macam tu saya boleh buat kan. Ayah dia sampai menangis. Ayah dia kata tak sangka anak dia susah, dia kata tahu.
Touching sikit lah. So sedih jugalah. Saya dengan family support dia lah.
Sebenarnya semua ibu bapa mahukan yang terbaik untuk anak-anak.
So that is the moment that it hits me hard lah. Kalau saya tak follow my passion, saya habiskan study kulinari apa semua, mungkin saya tak dapat nak banggakan my parents, adik-beradik saya bangga, tak dapat nak wakili Malaysia untuk SEA Games, and saya tak dapat nak pergi tengok pun negara-negara lain like Vietnam, Singapura, Indonesia, Jakarta apa semua kan. So the choice is very unpredictable lah untuk kita buat ya.
Saya harap dia pandai uruskan benda dalam kehidupan dia untuk menjadi seorang player yang betul-betul lah.
Saya sebenarnya sangat berbangga dengan Moon, dengan pencapaian dia bukan saja untuk Moon tetapi juga pasukan teammates dia yang lain.
I want to achieve to win international punya tournament lah. For once, at least for once lah. My things is maybe I nak menang international or dapatkan top 3, top 2 lagi sekali, baru I rasa puas hati and no need to prove to anyone anymore lah. Yeah. Saya Moon dan ini adalah cerita saya. Saya harap daripada kisah ini dapat memberi makna dan semangat untuk korang terus berjuang. minat dengan game ni first kali bila abang ada bagi tahu, Dek, jom kita pergi cyber cafe nak. Lepas tu daripada situlah
Kita orang selalu cakap dengan mak kita orang nak pergi surau lah, kita orang nak pergi sekolah lah, kadang-kadang ada koko ke apa. Tapi kita orang sebenarnya pergi kepada cyber cafe untuk bermain game lah.
Dia keluar rumah macam biasa, pakai baju, uniform apa semua, tapi dia tak pergi sekolah. Dia pergi duduk kat sisi.
Dia ponting lah kiranya kan. Dek, ingat tak Dek masa kecil-kecil dulu? Asyik nak pergi terawih je. Rupa-rupanya bukan pergi surau, bukan pergi masjid. Pergi main game kat sisi.
Macam mana boleh kantor yang main tu?
yang Umi pergi surau.
Oh, Umi pergi surau. Cek kita orang tak ada.
Bila dah dapat tahu, sebab surat datang dekat rumah kan.
Ayah balik and ayah buat apa yang patut lah. Basically rotan ke apa.
Kayu dia pun ada lagi, tahu mana lah tak tahu. Bermula daripada hari itu saya slow down sikit lah.
Actually ayah dia tak tahu kita orang ada laptop tau kat rumah. Bila saya dengar je bunyi motor tu dah bergerak, dah berjalan, time tu lah saya akan turun, saya akan main game sampai dia balik. Waktu tu lah saya akan macam terus shutdown PC apa semua. Macam tu lah. Try main senyap-senyap lah. Sama lah antara kita orang tiga beradik pun lalui benda yang sama.
Waktu dia sekolah dulu, dalam masa yang sama dia tolong jugalah bantu.
Saya buat barang, macam barang burger kita orang ada macam secret recipe lah. Kat sos kita tambah apa, kat mayo kita tambah apa. So daripada situ ayah cakap, okay Dek, kalau kau tolong ayah kasih kau sehari dalam RM5 macam tu. Dekat sinilah tempat dapat pocket money lah from ayah. Dia ada banyak sisi dulu, ada kat sini, ada yang kat sana, atas sana. So itu antara sisi-sisi yang selalu pergilah.
Dia tolong dia burger, tapi dalam masa yang sama dia akan cari ruang macam mana nak pergi sisi. Tengah malam sampai pagi pun ada juga. Saya tahu. Tapi nak marah pun nak buat macam mana kan.
Bila kita suruh dia buat kerja, dia buat. Jadi kita tak marah dia. Dia tak ada nantilah, tak ada. Dia okey, dia macam tu. When he was younger, dia agak kelakar orang dia. He likes to tell jokes.
Kita panggil dia Pak Lawak. Selalu buat joke sana, joke sini. Dia happy-happy macam tu lah.
Kan?
Dia lahir pun special.
Apa?
Dia lahir dalam kereta.
Mana datang? Waktu tu saya dah start macam full time lah with kerja burger. Bila dah lama, Umi ayah pun tanya, Dek, kau nak buat apa ni Dek? Saya tak tahu nak pergi mana lah. Umi pun bagi idea try lah pergi kulinari kan. Saya jumpa beberapa orang yang membuatkan saya punya motivation tu tak ada. Waktu tu lah saya betul-betul start main ML lah. Saya tengok abang saya Amin tu, dia dah sampai tahap rank yang tertinggi at Mobile Legends. So disebabkan jiwa kompetitif saya ni, saya rasa macam dia tak boleh jadi ni kan. Aku nak kena main juga ni. So dari situ start slow-slow main.
Dia jenis yang penyayang, dia suka kucing.
Ini nama dia Along. Kita orang dulu memang banyak kucing lah, lebih daripada 10 ekor lah. Seronok lah kalau ada kucing kat rumah. Dia rasa tenang, rasa happy. Best lah kalau ada diorang. Tu kenapa tu? Tos. Waktu saya tengah intern, ada orang tag saya. Waktu dia cakap, aku nak kau join Todak ni. Ada satu nama tim Todak ni. Waktu tu saya dalam dilema lah. Sebab at that time, saya tengah intern tu, lagi 3 bulan after that, saya dah boleh habis belajar. Dah boleh dapat sijil. And dalam masa yang sama, kalau peluang ni terlepas, dah memang takkan ada dah.
Dia beritahu saya yang dia tak dapat nak teruskan internship tu. Dia cuba nak berubah haluan kepada pemain Mobile Legends lah masa tu.
Mak saya ni dia jenis anti lah. Dia fikir yang gaming ni buruk untuk dia punya masa depan. Saya cakap dengan mak saya yang Umi, adik ni jenis yang dia boleh pergi jauh. Dia memang power. Dia antara the best in Malaysia. So why not let him try lah.
Kami pun cuba lepaskan tali itu perlahan-lahan. Saya kata tak apalah kalau macam tu. You just proceed with what you think it's best for you.
Okey lah, you pergilah saya kata. Tapi you kena buat betul-betul. Kalau you buat tak betul, kau balik sini.
saya pun dapatlah keluar daripada kawasan belajar lah. Saya pergi ke Todak. Saya terpaksa menipu lah basically. Saya bagi tahu dekat umi ayah saya yang Todak akan sediakan kontrak. Permulaannya macam mana kita orang dapatkan kontrak is kita orang nak kena lepas that task, iaitu task kita orang kena lepas ataupun dapatkan top 3 lah untuk Todak Fest 2019. Sampailah satu tahap kita orang kalah game yang kedua. So kita confirm bubar lah. But actually benda ni Asia dia cakap dengan saya, aku still nak engkau dalam Todak. So biarlah diorang bubar pun aku nak kau dalam Todak. Saya stay dekat gaming house. Saya tak pergi mana. Yang lagi beberapa orang kita orang tak ada makanan.
Dia kena telefon saya tak tahu dia tak ada.
Welcome back everyone to the Snapdragon Pro Series. This is the last day of the group stages as well as the last best of 3 series here on Stream B. My name is Monshel. Alongside me we have Terrence aka ICBaby12. Terrence, tell me a bit of something. You love music, don't you?
Of course, you know, people always know me for loving music, always talking about playing guitars here, maybe listening here and there. But you know what's really interesting?
What?
I heard a very, very cool rumor is that there has been a lot of music that we have been hearing here in the Snapdragon series. And over the last few days, you might have heard all these local bands actually in Indonesia, where they actually had a contest where they can submit songs and they play it on the streams. So you can actually check out their local bands from Indonesia and listen to the full song, which is pretty sick if you think about it.
I love it. It's like all about giving them the platform, and for up and coming artists, it's like personally, I love singing myself. Don't really have a band or whatsoever, can't really play the guitar, so really envious of your talent, Terrence. But of course, show your support to all these local artists, and what more that you could ask for from the Snapdragon Pro Series. Thank you so much for the opportunity for this amazing competition to showcase talent, whether it's music or sports inclined.
Yep, and of course, when it comes to the deciding factor, I have some very, very concerning news. And that is, for those of you who are just tuning in, and that is Bigatron Alpha currently leading 1-0 against Evo's Legend. If you're just tuning back in,
someone died, Terrence. That was the
no. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm just, you know, setting up a little bit of vibes here because I've heard a little bit of tip that a lot of the other talents from other streams, not other stream, one stream. Of course, you know, B stream, best stream, no issues with us, no problems. We give you the best content, we give you the best commentary, everything. But I heard a lot of rumor that not just the players, A stream, there has been a few talents that has gone down. So that's about it. You know, I don't know who, but they just fell sick. That's about it. Nothing super serious, but they're still working really hard to give you the entertainment, and I can't blame them, man. Like, we have so many long games in these past few days. B stream finished rather early. A stream, I don't know, man, 15 hours I heard. It's fine, you know. We do it for the love of the show.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to them. Hats off to them.
Yeah, hats off to the casters, production, for like staying on with us. For the audience, we appreciate all the support. Of course, it's like our burning passion for esports. I mean, that's why we're here casting all these games live for all of you watching at home. And you, why are you still like sitting in front of your PC at home? Come down to Jakarta for the challenge finals over the weekend. Like, Terrence, I'm super high. Just watch these players like duke it out, and can't wait for the taunts, the fan chants. Like the energy is so infectious live in Jakarta.
Yep. And of course, when it comes to getting tickets, I heard a little bit of rumor here that the price of the ticket, it's a pretty sweet deal, and that's 30,000 rupiah. And of course, be prepared. The main event is going to be happening in this coming weekend, so be sure to get your tickets before it's all gone, because Monaco premier tickets all gone, sold out, less than a month, less than a week. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But now, Bigatron versus EVO's Legends, you know. It's interesting to see that, you know, there has been a lot of changes, in particular into 2014. I think one of the biggest highlights as well, besides Todak as well, is gotta be EVO's Legends, right? Like RQ, EVO's Legends, they have had a lot of roster change here in between here. They haven't exactly figured out what's worked and what's not yet. And hopefully, obviously, you know, for the quality of the game, they do want to be the champions of the world. That's going to be the objective thus far. And fortunately for them, they have had a running here before this, which is MSC, where we had ONIC ID taking the throne. Finally, a win for Indonesia. So that's something that I look forward to. Is a Malaysian team gonna take one? Not exactly sure. Hopefully one day. We have not gotten one yet.
Super proud. Super proud of Udare Giants right now. Like, we didn't expect them to get this far ever since we last saw them. Like, this is a really new roster coming in with Super and Pancake, just creating waves across in this competition. But of course, back to the topic, and Terrence, you've been around a lot longer than I have. I mean, you casted M1.
Oh, wow. That was a very long time ago, but yes, I do recall it. It was a pretty fun time. The vibes are pretty crazy. When EVO's Legends won the championship, I got to see a little bit of a body part coming from Donkey, so that was something that I did not expect at all. But of course, now to keep you guys updated throughout the games that has happened thus far, Group A pretty much, you know, we've got our top three. Only top three teams will be advancing into the main event. So I guess from Group A, RGPH, Echo, as well as Udare Giants, they qualify.
This is just wow. I can't imagine, like, right now how the Udare Giants are feeling. Securing top three is just massive, considering like we're expecting Burnex Flash to be within top three. Unfortunately, they haven't had the best time since yesterday, and to be expected, RGPH and Echo on the top of the standings. Like, the Filipino pride is there. Of course, really formidable foes. And inside the Group B, I think it's just really tight competition with ONIC, AP Brand, as well as Bigatron Alpha on top of the standings.
Yeah, agreed. But of course, now we had a 30-minute break here for prayer breaks, and we welcome all of you guys back to witness the brilliant moment now, because we are heading in towards game number 2 here. And of course, to give you guys a little bit recap on how things went down as well, Bigatron, they were able to completely dominate the first game on towards EVO's Legends with a very one-sided victory as well, and also a very unique draft coming from EVO's Legends.
Here, I know you're like having some mixed feelings for the bid. I swear, this is actually not a terrible pick, but they need to play around brands. Like, that's, I don't know how many times, like Mirko has highlighted as well, that you have to play around brands. If you're EVO's Legends, you're your main win condition, he will be able to like really keep his team in his competition. Like Bigatron, they just got it all figured out.
Yeah, and in this case, hopefully they will be able to do so, because that's something that they need to kind of actually solved as well, because hopefully, maybe not for this time. It is still a great time to actually gather some experience to figure out what went wrong, what is going to be possible. But of course, testing drafts is going to be something that is very unique. EVOS, I just did showcase a little bit here. Bane goal lane, it didn't exactly work out. Todak, however, had a very similar run. No marksman composition, very, very greedy. I would say, no, not greedy, ambitious. Let me correct that. Ambitious of them. Todak had a little bit of better performance for mages yesterday, but sometimes it's meant to be. There's a reason why teams has switched up their, kind of fixed up their roles, and you just gotta stick with it. And there are only a handful of heroes that are just so good in their specific roles. They need to be in this role in order to carry the game, snowball the game, yada yada. Marksman, I think out of 1,000 games, probably less than 100 are a game without a marksman and you actually win, if you think about it. That's how the ratio kind of roughly feels like.
So with the double fighter strategy, it's viable, but you have to close out the game extremely fast. I mean, okay, non-marksman go lane Harif, I think it's no brainer. I think it fares pretty well, but that laning phase during the start is so important. And as I say, EVOS, they gotta enable brands, or Dreams really needs to set things up for the team. It's really difficult. They need to provide these players the right tools to make stuff happen across the map. But of course, we're jumping in towards the drafting phase of game 2.
Some stitches, I can help.
Yep. Now, coming into his game number 2 here, this time Evo Legends, they finally, I don't know if they're gonna get a marksman or not, but Bigatron, they start things off with the Melissa as a first pick here. And seeing the Melissa means that they are gonna try and test out whether or not they're gonna be able to win on the early game here. So EVOS they have no choice. Not really no choice. They only have a limited amount of heroes that can actually deal with it in terms of goalie matchup. So one of them gonna be Beatrix. I think Moskov is pretty okay-ish. Clint isn't too bad as well. Brody not necessarily the greatest against a Melissa, which is a little bit ironic, considering that Brody bullies out most goal laners right from the early lane stages.
Brody doesn't have the best win rate as of yet. I'm not sure if he even have won any series or matches at this point. I could be wrong, but Melissa just a really tough lane opponent off the bat. See how BTR just heavily focus on towards that goal lane priority. On EVOS Legends, they pick up the Akai as well as Eve. Overall, this is really good combination. I do wonder if it's Akai jungle or if it's going towards the hands of Dreams, or even Fluffy can play it.
Yeah, but no, in this case, I know flexibility is going to be key, but considering that Angela is sneaked off, they actually gave the Angeling True. So, Angeling going to be picked up coming in from the Bigger Troopers. Bigatron Alpha. Sorry, Bigger Troopers is the guys watching. Oops, my bad. But we at the same time see the Fanny being picked up as well from EVOS. Okay, so this is going to be a roaming Akai.
Okay, other than the Angela link, this is we're going to see full-on lone mechanics, assassin versus assassin, things out of I would say isekai anime or that side of stuff. But overall, I like the adjustments coming in from EVOS, and they're really quick to ban out Ruby, which is one of the main counters for Fanny. So I think good adjustments. They have very clear win conditions. Fanny has, she really either has to snowball from start and just keep farming up those kills, or she just falls off in terms of relevancy.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to that's the thing, right? Because of the emblem changes now, people have adapted in a way where they can actually force tenacity into their sub-emblem builds, which gives them a little bit of sustainability to deal with the initial burst. And oftentimes, alongside with the Steel Lake leggings, a very early value buy now, it is good enough to actually sustain through multiple bursts. It forces the Fanny to use multiple cables, sometimes in a very, very awkward positions. So it makes the hero a little bit weaker now, and makes so much sense why teams kind of strayed away from the hero now. But I want to see whether or not Nee is going to be able to outmatch this, because as of now, Angela pretty much secures the lane for the Ling. We did see a lot of like Hilda bans when they go up against the Angeling, but this case, you know, having the Arkai means that what is going on here? Is this an XP Arkai?
I mean, it's definitely possible. Fluffy could play. I think Kai is one of those heroes who's super flexible. Really hard to like win against him in terms of the laning phase. So I think going 50-50 against Zorizo, I think EVOS will take their chances. I think, how will I put this? It's like, for EVOS, I do like this draft a lot better. And the fact that they're leaving brands for last, I wonder if they have a different strategy coming to this. But I think it's just really smart.
The end of one thing is the
This
beginning
is
of another.
weird.
Ooh.
This is weird. But okay, they go in for the Esmeralda. They double down to actually kind of allow Angela to have a little bit more value to take advantage of the shields. But now, final pick here from EVO's Legends. Do they go for the marksman, or like you said as well, they are going to go for double fighters to try and deal with this Esmeralda? Dirov is pretty much in the pool as well. But I see smiles up on EVO's Legends. Do they want to actually try this? Are they going to go for the Dirov though? Or maybe even Badang if they want to.
I'd wait for no man.
No, I think a Kai EXP has already been locked in. I think from EVOS, they really want to be able to force, like, they have many ways of forcing out the Heart Guard or the Tempest of Place. Like, this is basically, like, they want to go for team fights, and they're going to rely on Nia to really, like, just storm in and, like, just finish up, like, clean up shop all around after the end of these messy fights.
Yeah, I guess so. But with this draft coming in here, I feel like EVOS definitely has a little bit of a better fighting chance compared to game number one. At least they have a fallback plan. But with the Franco as well as the Arkai means that, of course, with the Franco, you get the Rice Bloody Hunt onto his Ling. Ling is pretty much going to be shut down. The heavy spin comes in, you are going to be expecting the Ling to be shut down as well if Super Ken doesn't get the right angles to actually penetrate here. So I guess that's something that they take into consideration. But I feel bad for the Esmeralda though. So this just puts Zorizo in a spot where it is going to be a purified Esmeralda, I guess. But all in all, I definitely like Bigatron's draft a little bit more.
I think Esme will have an okay time against Akai. It's like, it's all about building like that early damage, going for Impurage. But of course, this is going to be game 2 of EVOS Legends versus Bigatron Alpha. And overall, wait, this Moreno on Cho! This mid lane Cho! What?
Huh.
I was so sure this Super Vin on Cho, there's gonna be Angela mid, but no, Moreno. Wow.
Oh, okay. You know, technically, I think it's very, very doable, right? Like, you know, if you're talking about magic damage, yes. You know, if you just put Angela as a mid, there's not enough magical damage. So they somewhat harmonize with the fact that they do have Esmeralda with magical damage. So I think it's very workable. But is it enough? So I guess this is going to be, I would say, a chemistry test, or in this case, experimentation coming in from BTR to see that is this viable enough, considering that EVO's Legends is in this predicament. But look at this, aggression coming from Super Ken. It's going to be in an awkward position, but he's going to be fine. The hook comes in, doesn't connect. They go in for the retry battle, and they won't be able to secure it for himself. So Nia is going to be A-okay, but Super Vin, look at this. He's going to try and delay Nia's rotation, but seems like both sides are going to trade 50-50s for now.
It's all about that river control at the early stages. It's like about, because Moreno and Super Vin, Dreams not landing on towards anyone, and he's going to force the recall of both of them, if anything. I think they must have run out of mana, and instantly, let's say, Bigatron Alpha, they are in full control, multiple people rotating to the turtle.
Yeah, but now coming towards the cables here. He's in a very awkward position here. Moreno looking for the stun, but unfortunately, the Jeet Kune Do is going to be awkward as well. He just got his way with the dragon as well. It was just a second too late, but if Moreno had it, I think he would have made the attempt onto his slice. But at the same time, Toto already in position with Bigatron, and they're already having a very, very early start. Evil's Legends, do they want to contest this? Nah, don't think they can. So that's going to be an easy one here coming from Super Ken as he secures it to try and extend the fight. But Evil's just doesn't seem interested to fight this at all.
And they're in no position to fight whatsoever. Moreno, I think what he wants to do is to save the way of the dragon to ensure that no one is going to mess with Super Ken's farm. Let's not forget, he's still really vulnerable on this lane. Like, yes, he has Heart Guard and he has Moreno like protecting his back, but still, you don't want to force these valuable ults. Ooh, Flicker, not going to land second, force out the go away, but he's going to be alright. 4 members rotating up, just trying to get Saken.
I feel bad. Like, Fluffy, he had the right idea. He actually went for the arrival, which was very interesting. But, you know, as soon as he forced out the go away here, it means this is go time for the cheap way to go plating here. But Evos, they're going for the bloody hard here. Moreno taking a little bit of damage. He's looking for the flicker wave of the dragon. Doesn't have the rage extend his fight, but now they force out major spells and they are going to trade a body for this. Super Ken, they take out Fluffy. Do they want to go for more? Dreams goes for the hook. Doesn't connect, but that will be the disengage from both sides.
Okay, really messy stuff, but Zorizo already taken fairly low. Does he really want to stay in this? Yes, Esme, you're really tanky. I don't think you should force the issue.
Yeah, this is tough. This is very tough right here. Interesting strategies here coming from those legends with Arrival though. But at the same time, Fluffy, you know, he's trying to make it work. But let's look at the emblems real quick here. He's got the pull yourself together. He's got cooldowns available. So he's looking to try and get that heavy speed uptime as high as possible. Like as much as possible to be available. So that's something that I think they are going to be looking in that direction. But for Esmeralda, nothing super crazy yet though. So they are just doing stand-up plays, zoning here and there. But a turtle contest, you know, it's going to be very, very important for both sides.
My question in my head was thinking, what would be better for Fanny? Lethal Injection or Killing Spree? In this case, it's like, maybe it's more worth to ensure that you can get that final blow. Fluffy is here, on the arrival, he's chasing out Saken, but is he out of position? Heavy spin forced out, I think he should be alright. Ooh.
Oh boy, now here comes, they do fight off Super Win. That's got a very, very big target as well. Fluffy got a 2-man locker here, he was able to disengage. Fortunately for them, they are able to interject with Ney. But as of now, Bigatron, it seems like their place right now is just not working out. They might actually lose out a lot of this control now. And Evil's Legends, they have it to actually contest the turtle now. Do they want to go for it? They're calling in Ney from the bottom side. Super Camp already making his way, shows himself as well. He's got the buff. Is he gonna go for the steal? And yes, he does. Goes for the retribution as well. Moreno goes in for the kick in the wrong angle. And they're trying to trade off a kill, but Super Ken can't seem to find the right target. So that's gonna be a very successful steal coming from Evil's Legends.
Oh, but the hook lands onto Zorizo, but it's only Esmeralda. He would just be able to heal up. Okay, assume. I guess we didn't want the first bloody hand. I don't think they were expecting to land the hook.
Yeah, I guess. But Brand's now having a very, very early start as well. Having the Blade of Despair means that he's going to dish out a lot of damage. Well, near, he does have the Blade of Heptaseas to actually allow the fights here. But let's go to the instant replay on how things went down. As you can see, you know, it was just a little bit awkward with the fight. Moreno started a very awkward angle, but it was just not favorable for Bigatron in that scenario at all. But look at this, what's going on? Super Ken just diving back lines, gets a kill. He needs to get out. Arrival being used as well, but they got the hard gun coming in. But now Super Ken, he's pumped his way through. But at the same time, Vin could not keep him alive, and that's gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange coming for Evil's Legends here.
Yeah, that was just buy one, get one free. Like, kicking the kicks in. Moreno will trade his life in return just to secure the kill on towards Rams. But that's gonna be a double kill feeding towards this Beatrix.
We even lost Saken up top as well, and Moreno actually tried to trade Brand. So this is actually not favoring Breakatron Alpha as well. And despite all these kills that is going on, Evo's Legends somehow still have the play here. But Dreams goes for a Bloody Hunt, blind into the bush. He knew he was going to be there, instantly gets him down, takes the purple buff away. And my oh my, this is a newly improved Evo's Legends, and they're finally back in action now.
Just really over-aggression, just too much. Yes, as I say, you have the Heart Guard protecting you, but when you're pinned down by Fluffy, this Akai rival is just working out really well for EVOS Legends. It's like once you're pinned down, nothing can save you. In Super Win, just buy one get one free. Like just strat, he just gives it over to EVOS Legends. Again, we weren't expecting this instantly. EVOS Legends, they have this play, even though it's only 1k, but they're making so many amazing plays across the map.
Oh wow, now Evos, they're trying to hold them hostage here, trying to force the Link to rotate up top to allow Nia to kind of mix space down bottom here. They're trading 1v1 fights here, but at the same time, Super Ken down on his HP. He's down to his 1 HP. He might actually lose his fight here. He's dodging his way through on the minimap, but he's so low. The tier 1 will fall, but eventually Super Ken still surviving here. They have the Angeling down in the bottom side, going for the commitments, and somehow Super Ken still manages to survive. EVOS Legends, they are still holding the turtle aggro, but all in all, it seems like it is still going to be a stalemate from both sides.
Absolutely. I think Brands is just going to take the turtle just like that. No contest whatsoever from the side of Bigatron Alpha.
Yeah, this is crazy coming from BTR. And now, watching the fight here as well. Heavy spin onto Zarizo. Brands goes in for the damage, deletes him. And that is going to be even more space here as Evos finally bounces back as they try to chip into tier 1 down middle here. They have the forces, they have the snipes. BTR just doesn't have what it takes to actually defend. But here comes the kick. Fluffy will be taken down, but he's got the immortality. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Imperial will taking away. Super Ken will trade Fluffy back, but now the Angeling is going to be available as well. He tries to play around with his swords, but Evo still wants to go continue this assault down mid though.
Again, these are really favorable trades for EVOS Legends. I think they keep all this pressure with this Fanny. Jumps in. He'll be able to get out just barely. Oh, Super Ken just finishing up the job down on bottom side, laying patiently. The Hunter gets his prize.
Yeah, this is very annoying here, but Ken finally gets his revenge despite the early skirmish down bottom. But let's take a look at the items here. Seems like, you know, he's got his 2 major item power spikes as well. I'm not sure if he's going for the corrosion side, but once he gets that, that's going to be a big one. But hold that thought for now. The hook comes in. Moreno gets hooked up, and now the double ult coming in to commit to punish Moreno. 1-5-1. Absolutely nothing he can do about this. And EVOS Legends once again getting even more room to actually punish this here as Brands going for the contest here. But here comes the hook again from Dreams. They take Saken. And that is huge as Bigatron Alpha and no more force to work with as well. Temple's Place comes in. Can he steal it away? But no, he loses the purple buff. And Nay just a little bit better. And now another hook by Dreams. EVO's Legend rise up from the ashes, roaring mighty as the Tigers pounce back against the robots.
Yep. Absolutely, the White Tigers are definitely roaring right now. They're just going for these objective gameplays and securing the lore with no contest whatsoever.
This is crazy. This should not be happening. But Bigatron are just getting completely shut down by the Franco hook. We talk about one good hook that turns the game around. In this case, every time Dreams hook is gonna swing in favor of EVOS Legends at this stage here. But Bigatron, they need to find out a way to bounce back and play around this here because their win condition right now is to fall back onto Saken. But currently Saken is not having a good time at all. It's 0-2-3. He's level 11. He's so far behind in terms of net worth. Whereas compared to Brands, who's already 2 levels ahead of him.
Yep. Unfortunately, their only forced engagement. Oh, Tempest of Blaze forced out Super Can, forced to run, but he has no purple.
Oh my god. Oh my god,
Donation, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you should play Fanny. Moving forward.
He's got so much damage as well. The little nation just giving so much value. The retribution on top of it all to chip away. But hook, Dreams! How do you even hook that angle here? Zarizo instantly deleted. Angela gonna be next to fall. Sake is trying to hold on to try to pick off a trade here. But at the same time, Brad flickers forward, gets a kill. Nothing they can do. That's gonna be a wipeout coming in from Bigatron Alpha as Evil's Legends turns game 2 around. And they might potentially take the game, but the hook from Dreams! Dreams! What a game! Evil's Legends ties the series in this best of 3. Drags it into game number 3. You can see the smiles coming in. Complete outplay. This draft coming in from Evil's Legends worked miracles against Angelique.
Dreams, as you say, made of absolute stuff of dreams, but we would say his presence has become the absolute nightmare for the side of the Red Robots. Like, you just give Dreams these heroes, like he keeps landing hook after hook after hook. Like, the amount of setup, just forcing out Tempest of Blades or the Heart Guard, and even like Super Ben, he's caught in a really sticky situation. He can jump in, but he's going to get bursted down alongside with his teammate if he's unable to get the healing upkeep. And in the end, EVO's Legends tie up the series. What a showing.
Yeah, it's crazy considering how Dreams was just pulling some really insane plays, like flickering into a blind bush, getting a free bloody hunt, getting some really sick hooks thus far. Bigatron just had no answer to this because like based on this draft, technically I kind of like Bigatron's draft a little, considering that Evil's like I didn't know how this archive was gonna be played here, but having this arrival kind of puts him in the spot where they can kind of zone out and mirror this link. So eventually, it just didn't work out. But I feel like the draft skill from Bigatron wasn't the issue. Execution was the issue. In this case, Moreno's Cho didn't come over line.
So
just straight up, it just didn't come over line. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, just no catch potential whatsoever. Like that first kill, like I feel like kind of always sets the tempo for Bigatron Alpha. And afterwards, it's like really uncharacteristic, over-aggressive plays. Ling diving to get the Fanny, but instantly we saw the arrival pulsing and Fluffy just swings in, pins him down. Even the Heart Guard can't save him.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, you know, I like that the archive was great here to deal with Angelia and Ling as well, which is something that I think a lot of teams has kind of forgotten the weaknesses of Ling. But what was crazy was that, you know, we know Ling is always going to be prioritized the purple buff. Like, there's only one way you are going to be taking the purple buff, which is pretty much hiding inside that bush, right? And that bush pretty much says that, oh, if the purple buff's not there, we've seen the timer, the only logical other place is going to be that bush. And, you know, for the Franco Dreams to actually go in for the blind flicker and stopping the momentum, especially stopping Super Ken from going super out of control, was pretty much a win condition for Evo. So I would say the drafts wasn't an issue for Bigatron, but priority targeting was a very big issue. So that was something that Evo's you know, just did it a little bit better in terms of execution. So nicely done for game number 2. I like this. Pretty standard plays, but even though Arkai XP going arrival was something I did not expect, but Evo's Legends played a very good game. I was very surprised by this.
I mean, we've definitely seen this Akai arrival before in MPL ID. It was an Aura Fire special, and Fluffy really played it to the T.
Feels very nostalgic, if you put it that way. Of course, no, I'm looking forward to see the adaptations here, because there has been integrations of teams trying to deal with the quote-unquote meta, which is Angeling right now, which is terrorizing the entire competitions. We've seen mirror matchups, we've seen zoning matchups, we've seen I would say burst matchups as well. But this is by far a very, very unique way of dealing with it, which is forcing Fluffy to rotate and arrive on the right time to set up the play. So I would say this is a very good showing of how sometimes it's not just the traditional battle spells that can work. Arrival kind of works too as well.
No, I mean, like, this amount of customization just based on playstyle and what EVOS Legends wants to achieve, I think it's just really, like, just really smart Mobile Legends gameplay. But overall, we can see that instantly, like, the gold lead is just massive for EVOS Legends. We're getting really one-sided games in this best of 3. I do wonder that maybe for both teams, momentum plays a massive role in terms of like the overall damage dealt is just so massive from the side of EVOS Legends. Like the carry brands, like finally you give him enough support, he is going to be able to your carry for the day.
Yeah, but of course, you know, when it comes to the playstyles here, Sake going for the first pick, Melissa, kind of showed like EVOS what they wanted to kind of play around with. Given the toolkits here, in terms of damage output, obviously EVOS is going to be topping the charts. Brad's an absolute monster. You give him a small lead, he is going to apply so much pressure, and in this case, Brad's did exactly that. As Beatrix here, his snipe has been on point, their setup has been on point. You can see a lot of good vibes coming from EVOS Legends from the previous fight as well. After they actually won the game, you can see the celebrations, the little wins in life that make you a little bit happier. In this case, taking a win against BTR might be just that.
Hey, they want to deny that 2-0 away from Bigotron Alpha. I think that's overall the name of the game. Or again, like from BTR, they didn't have to be so aggressive, especially for Super Cat. It's all about farming up and hitting those item powers by become the absolute monster of a late game carry. Because Fanny, it's like, even though if you can go for full damage, she'll eventually fall off versus Ling. So I think the win conditions was really clear for BTR, but it didn't, it didn't happen in the execution.
Yeah, I guess. But of course, yeah, I agree what you said here. The timings wasn't fulfilled coming from Bigatron. And of course, considering that this was a very one-sided game here, I'm curious to see who the MVP is here. Please tell me it's gonna be Dreams. It's gotta be Dreams, right? For EVOS Legends. The MVP is gonna be, yeah, baby! It's gotta be Dreams with the 2-0-11 on his Franco. The guy never misses his hook. The guy that sets up the tempo for the team. The guy that won them the game. The MVP is gotta be Dreams.
You can really rely on good old Dreams to really set the place for his team. I can't believe that rhyme. But again, like, this is what you need to do. You need to give Dreams, Kaja, Franco something that can really set things up. Of course, with Franco, the risk is if you can only make those plays if you land the hook. If you keep missing, then where's that source of engagement? Of course, congratulations to EVOS Legends to evening things out against Bigatron Alpha. Whew. We have a series, Terrence.
Yeah, we definitely do as well. But all things considered, 1-1, there is just so many ways that things could have gone wrong. Let's think about Franco. Things can go wrong, but you know what cannot go wrong? Winning money.
What? Ooh, yes.
Nothing goes wrong about winning money. Nothing goes wrong about making a living for yourself. And guess what? Here's an opportunity for you. Participate in the FE Dashbot Cup and take part now at esl.gg/FEBot and stand a chance to win 5,000 euros. And of course, only the number one in that challenge is going to be able to walk away with that juicy chunk of cash on shelf.
I mean, that was just like really amazing stuff. You're able, with 5,000 euros, you're able to fund your Jakarta trip easily. You can get can you get a Samsung Galaxy phone as well?
Yeah, I'll definitely do. And you know what I'll do with the remaining cash?
What?
Eat chicken rice, because Malaysia has the better chicken rice. But of course, at the same time, when it comes to, playing this tempo of gameplay, I like the fact that there is just so many different varieties and compositions now in this current patch where you can kind of fix your play styles, choose your poison, choose your weapons to actually win this game. And for me, angeling was something that I think was very unique in particular. Like when SPS first came out, especially in this season, the first day I had a couple questions here. Why Angela Link? Like, oh, they say it's meta, it's this and that. So far, a lot of teams are trying it out, but I'm still not convinced because of the fact that it takes so much to enable an Angela Link. It feels like you're just putting all your eggs in a basket, and once this link falls off in the early stage of the game or doesn't get the necessary farm or purple buff, the combat mechanics is so difficult. But if you can mirror it, you can find a way to do it, you can make space for your team, then that is also a possibility there.
I mean, hyper carry junglers, it's high risk, high reward. You give a take, you have to have your team play around it so you can actually see it pay dividends. And in this case, they did not play that. I think Super Ken, he should be focusing on farming across the map. You have to ensure that he's able to farm as safely as possible. By right with Cho and Angela, that mid lane control is really there, so the lane shouldn't be too bothered. But I think really smart decision making coming out from EVOS Legends. I love the Kai arrival. I think people think it's just super cheesy, but surprisingly effective against Angela Ling.
Yeah, that's crazy considering that that should have been happening. But that's the thing, right? Like, all things considered, I think Bigatron has shown themselves that they are still at a stage where they are trying to discover new things. But EVOS Legends, they've shown themselves that it's not over yet for them. They still have what it takes to be one of the best teams in the world. They are very, very unique. They're very, very creative. Even though they didn't exactly do too well to qualify, but they're still here to showcase that they are still trying their best to, play the best Mobile Legends Bang Bang in their life. And that's something that I think a lot of teams or people fail to understand, that sometimes it's not just about losing, it's about taking the lessons in life to be a little bit better. But in case you're wondering how is happening here, this is the current scoreboards on how the other teams are doing here from the other streams.
Yeah, instantly you can see from Group A, the top three, it's RSG, PH, Echo, and Udurit Giants. In Group B, it's going to be ONIC, AP Brand, as well as Bigatron Alpha.
Well, that pretty much secures the top three for that. But that's the thing, right? It's not over until it's over, because Aura Fire is still pretty close to actually take them down. So that's something that can be taken into consideration here. But I don't know, maybe Aura Fire doesn't have enough points here. Of course, ONIC topping the shots here. They got actually 4 out of 4. I would say 4 wins, 1 loss. That pretty much gets them the number 1 spot, alongside with Echo as well. But all things considered, for the final 3 slots, it is going to be a battle between AP Bren, Bigatron Alpha, as well as Aura Fire for the final 3 slots. So I think if AP Brand loses their last game and Bigatron loses this series as well, there is a potential chance that Aura Fire might sneak up and take the number 3 slot. So it's going to be close for Group B though. It is definitely very, very close.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like time is of the essence, and every team got the scrap, whatever points they can get. Every match, every game is their last potentially, because who doesn't want that coveted top 6 spot to play live in Jakarta for the viewers?
Yeah, it's crazy. Who doesn't want to, right? Like, if EVOS Legends takes this game, I don't think they would be able to qualify anymore, because it all comes down to whether or not the rest of the top side is going to be able to come alive. So in this case, is EVOS Legends going to make an upset here by dethroning, or in this case, taking the win away from Bigatron and allowing Aura of Fire that opportunity to go up? So as of now, Group A seeding pretty much already secured in terms of their playoffs, right? RGPH, Echo, and Yudo Regis guaranteed for Group A. Group B, we're still discovering. The only team from Group B is ONIC ID that kind of takes that stand. So in this final game between EVOS Legends and Bigatron, it is a very, very important one for Bigatron. Not necessarily for EVOS, but they did take a game, but they can make a very, very big upset here by just completely taking Bigatron out of the equation with this potential series.
Yep. I mean, in the end, it's like now it comes down to a draw, and I can't believe it's going to be a best of one between these two teams. I would say that both sides are definitely not going to give an inch. And EVOS Legends, as I say, they have tools, but they just need to ensure they know who to play around. And for Bigatron Alpha, the coach says that all that they tried out, they want to experiment. They want to ensure that they, in this, I would say, pre-season setting in a professional scene, they want to ensure that everything they're testing right now with the new meta works. And currently, right now, we can see that Moreno on show is not the way to go.
I want to see how Bigatron feels here, but seems like the moods are pretty down right now after that loss. So I guess it's going to be back to basic coming from them. They have to try and make a comeback from this, because that Angela Ling, even though arguably it is now quote unquote the trend here, the trending meta between all these teams, but it's not exactly a foolproof plan. It may be execution, it may be understanding of the hero mechanics, but technically sometimes, even though as Monchel says, right, Bane wins her ranked games. But in this case, Bane hasn't been able to do so. But enough of us chit-chatting. Let's talk shop here. Game 3, finding out on his way. And this is going to be the starting draft here with EVOS Legends on the blue side and Bigatron on the red side.
Among the
Let's just get into it. So I want to get down and dirty with these teams. And overall, in terms of strategy, I think opening up with a Yi is pretty nice for EVA. Something comfort for the side of Hijime.
Yeah, and of course, when it comes to this fight as well, I think when it comes to this scenario, I think the okay, what's going on? Like Angela Ling completely split off. Nobody wants to play this. But
it's too risky.
Bigatron, they double down on the far side as well as the Grok. So is EVOS gonna play the Angela Ling?
I mean, anything could go at this point. But I think this is the really classic Yi versus Farsa. I'm kind of fangirling really hard right now, because it's like, it's all about this utterly mid lane battle. And of course, just picking up the Grok, just ensuring that EVOS does have the direct counter of cancelling the Feather Airstrike with the Wild Charge or either with the Guardian's Barrier.
Yeah, and I think having this Grok from the side of Bigatron is pretty much a safety net, right? Like, you don't really want EVOS to be holding out this Grok, having this free Guardian's Barrier to kind of deny the Forza's Feather Airstrike. So I guess from that angle, it makes a lot of sense. But EVOS, they deny the Fanny away. Sorry, not deny. They'll pick the Fanny again from the air, from the get-go. And the question remains here for Bigatron, do they want to pick the Kufra here? Like, this is the perfect time to force the Kufra, roam, and put the XP Grok in towards the bottom side. Because, I don't know, Supervin has been phenomenal Kufra. Game 1, his Kufra was just popping off. This might be a time for him to show his Kufra again. Do they go for it? And yes, they actually go for it.
really on point with these predictions right now, Terrence. But overall, back to EVOS, it's like picking the Fanny ones for Nia once again. He did like pretty alright. He did his job on this Fanny. It's gonna be probably lethal ignition once again to ensure that he gets that final blow in. Even though you thought you're out of the woods, just bam, the burn just comes in. And again, it's just locking in just something really comfortable for brands. As I say, for EVOS, their main keys to victory is to ensure that brands has the best time possible.
Yeah, and of course, in this case, once again, it is going to be a matchup where I think Sake needs to rethink here, because in game number 2, you know, he picked the Melissa, brands chose the Beatrix to go up against him. So this time, he will have a little bit more options and room to think on how he wants to take this approach. So I guess that's something that they can consider. But yeah, interesting.
Why would you
Main ban?
the Bane?
Maybe because they just don't want to deal with the jungle Bane potentially that's happening here. But of course, Akai also being banned as well, which is huge. Fluffy played it really interesting, and it actually worked out in his favor, which is something that I did not anticipate. But it worked out. I like it. I really like it.
No, I recall, I think Fluffy's performance back then in MPID really solid. Akai overall, but I think EVOS, I think it's really clear. They're banning out all the jungle options. Jungle Bane, no Lancelot for Super Ken. I think Martis is still open. I think that's still a really viable choice.
Yeah, I guess. But I think, yeah, Fredrin is still in the pool as well, which is kind of interesting that both teams kind of ignored this. But if they decide to go for the Fredrin pickup coming from Bigatron, the Yves still has somewhat of the tools as well. It's pretty good. Going for the Martis definitely is the safer choice. But no, Bigatron, they doubled down on the Melissa again against brands. Not sure how this is gonna go. It's a very risky approach, but I guess with the Kufra in play, it is a little bit safer for Sake to do his own thing. So I guess that's gonna be the matchup coming in, and Evos, they go for the Rizzler.
Okay, lane matchup alone, Melissa against Beatrix. It's still, I think, slightly favoring Melissa because just really annoying, just outraging Beatrix before she's able to get her item Power Spike for hits level 4. And they lock in this Trizla for Fluffy. I think just, I really imagining all these wombo combos. They're doing it and oh my word! First Atlas!
In a very long time indeed. It is a wombo combo. They are gonna go for hard lockdowns. However, the one counter to this composition is just purify and walk out of it. But that means they will lose so much mobility with this flickers, and you can see the high fives are coming in. Evo's Legends, they're looking to close out this game, and they will go for the final pick, Ling. And I'm not gonna lie, this time, with no Franco in play, Super Ken is gonna have a much better time compared to game number 2.
Again, it's just about overwhelming your opponent. There's, as you say, there's so many wombo combos just designed to force out the tempers of play, and no hard guard to protect you. We're really going to see like full-blown team fights from both these teams.
Yeah. And I like it. I really like it here. It's by far the most balanced draft out of 2 games. Even though the Atlas pick feels a little bit weird, but if you get the nice setup here, I guess Nia is gonna completely dish out all the damage here, unless the Kufra has something to say. But in theory, the damage output is great, but there is just one big huge wall they have to overcome, and that is gonna be the wall charge, and that is gonna be the Kufra bouncing ball here. So it's gonna be rough, but it all comes down to execution. I'm looking forward to see how this game goes.
Yep, absolutely. I can't agree with you more, Terrence. This is going to be down to a best of 1. EVOS Legends versus Bigatron Alpha. We're expecting a really spicy series. Let's get right into the Land of Dawn. Terrence, what do you have to say?
I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless on how this is actually going down. But at the same time, you know, Evos are just keeping tabs here. Vin already playing a little bit mid control, so we're not going to see that you know, split rotation, right? Where we have this roamer starting things off the gold lane, we have the mage starting in XP here to get a little bit more XP before the first pre-4 fight. So nothing super crazy. I think it's a pretty normal opening coming in here. Roam mage starting in the middle. But I guess they want to prioritize the Little Wonder for Super Ken, so I guess that's going to be the priority coming for Bigatron Alpha.
Forcing Saken to recall so early on, this is already signs for what's to come. Brands is already winning out in terms of his lane matchup.
Yeah. And yeah, nothing super crazy. They're playing a little bit more disciplined now, but Zorizo, wow. Going for the rapid boots. That means he is looking to try and out-rotate Fluffy, which is a good sign. Considering that, you know, Turistla, he does have the damage, but not necessarily the highest mobility here when it comes to rotating bit on lanes.
Now, that's the thing with the emblem choices right now. A lot of people will opt to build agility on towards Turistla just to ensure that he has a bit more mobility, because the damage is slow, the movement is slow, but with agility, it does help overall, and a little bit does count.
Yeah, it is going to be the case. But Turtle just spawning, and of course, Bigatron, they have Zorizo kind of scouting the information here, but they don't necessarily want to farm yet. They don't really want to contest it. They are going to try and buy time here, at least until the first purple buff. In this case, Finn. They're doing a little bit of a damage check coming in. Fluffy gets a couple of dish through as well. Moreno not connecting his skills, but Ijume looking to try and secure the turtle in their favor. Zorizo tried to go for the reset, but it's not happening. It's all the little micro details. But as of yet, Nye still focusing on the orange buff, while Super can just finish off his purple buff instead.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Both sides not really quite taking the turtle yet. Both junglers just wanting to finish their creep rotation. But ooh, Panther Zone onto it, Super Vin.
Oh boy, Super Vin. He uses Bouncing Ball to block the damage, but little did know, no Bouncing Ball means free reign for Ney, and that's gonna be another kill in the hand. Sorry, 2 kills in the hands of Evil's Legends. And now Super Ken, he's still gonna force the issue. They've used out major ultimates here. Ney doesn't have the energy cables to actually extend this fight, so this is gonna be potentially a free one. Fluffy, he's gonna chip away at Super Ken's HP. Forces an early Tempest of Blade. He gets it done. Now he needs to get out, but Super Ken now he's dodging his way through. He's got the turtle shield, keeping her alive, and he actually escapes with 1 HP. What a clutch coming in from Super Ken.
I mean, you can really rely on Super Ken. Like, from Evil's Legends, like Dreams, like I'm so excited. It's like we haven't really get to see Atlas in play. Instantly, like really setting things up for Evil's Legends, getting 2 kills off the bat of it. But overall, really good for the Super Ken securing the turtle. At least there's still some trades, but Evil's Legends with a slight goal lead.
Yeah, and now speaking on the games thus far, it seems like the shift here from the side of Evil's Legends to decide to get a little bit more aggressive now, especially when having brands coming down middle. But I guess they need to go for the lane swap, right? Considering that the turret is going to be on the top side, brands doesn't really want to join this early game. I guess they're thinking about going for the swap. Ken, does he steal it? No, he forces the retribution of a knee, so he will be able to defend, but Ken, a little bit angsty with this place, but well, he's trying.
A lot of XDE teenagers, I would say, playing like Star junglers. They're really so young, but you can see instantly on top side, I would say both parties are just looking for any form of engagement that they can get their hands on. But I think nothing for now. I think the show is just warming up.
Yeah, I agree. They're just playing to the win condition, and I guess the win condition here is going to be both brands and Saken securing their farm, while they wait for the power spike decline for both Ney as well as Link. They just don't really want to make any too much mistakes as well. I'm surprised Super Ken is still able to get very, very aggressive. But with this turtle already starting off, Super Ken getting in very early on as well. Dream scouting his way through, but here comes the chain stun. They've got the damage. Here comes the fatal link. Connects until penalty zone as well. They dropped everything on them. And Ken, first of all, green next as well. Evil's Legend sets up the perfect wombo combo, friends. He won't be able to escape the damage here as Moreno won't be able to interject. Now Nee looking for the finish. He is gonna get another one here with 3 men down. Evil's Legends sets up the perfect play.
Dreams, what a play! Oh, that was a notice. Okay, Dreams, amazing stuff. Even as he was going to die, he just figured, I'm gonna just take a couple people down with me, no pressure. And Hijume also just securing the turtle on top of that. I really wasn't expecting it. Evo's Legends. Wow.
Yeah, and at the same time, this is just by far the most unpredictable game I've casted so far. And Evo's Legends, they're not giving up. And it's crazy how BTR just getting completely shut down by this wombo combo composition. And it's funny. It's really, really funny to see this work.
Dreams. Oh, the catch, Tyrant's Rage, but James will just barely get out of there.
Yeah, and at the same time here, Dreams, he is going to be finished off, unfortunately to say, but at the same time now, Superwin tries to save Ken. He needs to get out, though, and now he is going to be A-okay, but Vin, however, taking a little bit too much damage here. Saken is going to be providing a little bit more assistance here to get him out, so it's going to be fine for now. But Evo's Legends now taking the driver's seat with Brands interjecting with the team, regrouping here to set up for this turtle fight down bottom. Meanwhile, they getting a little bit angsty here. Saken with the go away stops him in track, so he's going to be forced to back off. So that's going to be the recall coming in for him.
It's all about these angsty young boys really want to prove themselves to the world on why they should be here. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're going in for a slight pause. Everyone, just hang on tight, go to the bathroom, grab some popcorn, because this is a match to watch.
Yeah, this is, you know, something I did not expect at all. And it's crazy.
I love this.
You know, to see this kind of plays. Like, I know you love it, but at the same time, like, this technically shouldn't be possible. Like, it's weird to see this actually working out, because when we talk about heroes with high mobility to rotate in between games, you know, obviously Ling is going to be top of the charts when it comes to mobility, and the only other one is like having this Fanny who's doing so much work for the team. And I feel like Bigatron, they're doing a fantastic job at trying to beat the meta. In this case, Ling being very, very popular now in terms of mirroring. So even though there has been a huge decline in Fanny, Bigatron is still, Evo's Legends is still making it work, and it's nice. It's nice.
Now, here's the thing. Fanny, no matter what, in the right hands, is still going to be a massive threat during the early stage of the game, because that's where you get your death ball going. And with Nia, I think like really smart itemization in terms of emblem choice, because my biggest question with Fanny was that, is Killing Spree worth a shot, or is Lethal Ignition the way to go? I think this really answered it, just ensuring that you get the final blow in and slowly watch your opponents like burn to death. So I think that was the play. And if everyone remembers Evo's Legends run in the last season's MPL, they made it still, they climbed all the way back to meet ONIC in the finals. And I'm getting like goosebumps overall just watching these plays. Dreams is like the playmaker. Everyone seems to forget about how amazing he is on whether it's Kaja or with this Atlas, and I'm really sorry because this is something as a fan, as a viewer, I watch MPLID, and the fact that I'm casting this game right now, this is some amazing stuff. And we expect that Bigatron Alpha to be absolutely like dominating, because what's the contrast with game 1?
I don't know. It might be a little bit dropped from game 1, but as soon as it happened here, actions coming into play. We do see some fancy footwork coming in from Ney. But Bigatron Alpha is still looking for the opportunity to stop him here. Zorizo needs to find that perfect wall charge to actually stop Ney in this track, but it's so difficult. You can see Bigatron, they're literally gasping for any kind of farm, and as much as I can say, but here comes the play, Super Vid! He finds Hijume, that's gonna be Moreno that takes him down, and now Fluffy, he is gonna be poked away by Saken. But Evo's Legends, they will lose Hijume with this quick attack coming from Bigatron Alpha.
It's all about that engagement, how Bigatron Alpha or either EVOS, how they respond. In this case, EVOS Legends were not ready for that ambush. Hijume just taken out like that. And slowly, like, I'm not saying this is over for Bigatron. It's both sides. How do you like answer back to one another? It's just trade after trade and setup after setup.
Yeah, now EVOS gonna be shifting the focus down bottom. Lord's gonna be up in 30 seconds as well. Bigatron also starting to tally up their positions for this fight. But guess what? EVOS, they're forcing a fight, but no! They pulled Super Cat in! But the Temple's Blade is gonna be there. He's gonna be able to get out of safety. They lose Vin. But for now, that's gonna be a little bit of a huge blow for the defense. As EVOS Legends will have to go for the reset, but surprise, surprise! Hey! From behind, they know! He knows! Ken likes to be greedy. He will go in for the one shot. He trades 1 for 1, but at his cost of his life as well.
I mean, these are all the trades I'm talking about. As you say, these two junglers are so angsty. They're just going, like, they're just killing one another. When the reality is, I feel like it should be their EXP, their junglers setting them up for success.
Yep. And of course, now both junglers still does not have their purple buff. Purple buff priority is going to be the way to go. Win. Going for the blind Siren's Revenge. He gets punished for this, but the wall charge comes in from Zorizo. Sidestep being from Brands here, and now BTR, they need to back out. Zorizo getting stuck in as well, but he won't be able to survive this. Saken zoning Fluffy out, but at the same time, EVOS, they say, we are going to back out, but no, the top side. He gets a solo kill against Super Ken, and this is not looking good. However, it's a little bit too far off from the Lord Pit, but EVOS Legends, they will have the damage to deal with this, and Bigatron Alpha not in position to contest game. Finally shows himself, and he will snipes him back after recalling back to base.
EVOS is, you're playing this objectively. The solo kill onto Super Ken instantly. They make quick work on making sure that the Lord is taken, though they didn't even need to force the retribution. Mania just came in to ensure that this Lord is safeguarded in his team's hands.
Yeah, but speaking of the Lord, it is going to be knocking on the bottom side. Middle turret is definitely going to fall here. Super Ken cannot afford to lose his 1v1 against Ney at all. And you can see Ney is hiding around the bush on the top side here, expecting an ambush coming in, especially when it comes to Link, who loves to go in for the split push potential. Dreams, looking for the pullback, just not worth it to catch Zorizo. But Moreno now getting sewn out by the remobilization, but here comes the catch. Vin goes for a knockout, he goes for a purified. Tyrant's Rage connects on one on Dreams. But no follow-up coming from BTR, but it is going to be enough to slow down the momentum as it takes down the Lord. Inhibitor will still fall. EVOS Legend now going for the Fatal Links and going for the fight as well. Fluffy going to the back lines, but they just don't have the follow-up to go through. Dreams getting chipped away, and Saken with 1 HP chips them all away. Dreams will fall, but Bigatron Alpha somehow finds a little hope in trying to bounce back into this game.
Dreams really held on to that Fatal Links before finally saying, I'm just gonna get Super Vin. I'm fine with that. And he trades his life for it. But all in all, EVOS Legends was able to secure that inhibitor with just the first Lord of the game.
Now, with the antique Kira purchase, I would be huge here. But look at the play, they dive by tier 1. Brand's gonna be focused as well. Super Ken picks him up, but the 4 Dream and Fatal Link pulls them back. They pick 2 out. But fortunately for Ken, he manages to escape at a scurry of health. But That was a very, very aggressive play from Bigatron Alpha.
It's all about the counter play that's coming in. Let's look into its instant replay. We weren't really expecting this wall charge. They really try and go in, but again, the fatal links, you have to watch out for this. Moreno is the only one from Bigatron Alpha who has Purify. And when you're caught like that under the turret of your opponent, you're just throwing bodies.
Yes, in this case, they're trying to buy a little bit more time here, especially for Sake to get his farm. I guess that's the win condition that Bigatron Alpha is looking forward to, but like you said, they are under a taking time bomb. Evo's Legends still 3K ahead into the net worth. We are slowly heading to the 15K net worth mark as well. Pay attention item as well. Sake is only 1K behind Brands, and he's slowly but surely trying to max out his items, and in about 3 to 4 minutes probably that's where Bigatron Alpha to feel a little bit more confident to challenge Evo's Legends.
You gotta buy more time, right? At this point, what they can do is Superkin has a split push across, but you can see instantly Dreams looking for anything, but Fluffy gets the penalty zone, but it's only on towards Vin. They reset the Lord for now.
Yeah, you saw, interesting enough, Super Gang tried to go for a different approach down to this bottom lane here. Didn't really work out. Got scouted out from Evo's Edge. It instantly calls the reset on the Lord, which kind of enables them to kind of choose their fights a little bit better here. But that just means is space created and time dragged on for Bigatron Alpha to find a way, a different fight to actually go for this fight.
Yeah, right now Dreams, the goal is that he wants to hold on towards that Fatal Links as long as possible, because once Bigatron Alpha, they just forget they're this big Atlas just waiting to just group everyone together for that final burst. They really need to watch out.
Yes, in this case, I don't know, like when it comes to watching out here, who do you watch out for? Because as of now, they're just, Vin hasn't been able to punish the Fanny too much, because every skill that starts the fight, he is forced to use the bouncing ball to disengage, and while that's happening, Nia just walks right in as if nothing is gonna happen. In this case, Dreams looking for the catch once again. Moreno and Sake still grouping up at the back lines. That's gonna be the point of interest, but the Lord will be taken down though. That's gonna be a big steal coming from Bigatron Alpha. Nia a little bit late here. Zarizo, he's gonna pay with his life. A Lord for a Grok. Sake almost getting me taken out as well. He backs off, but guess what? They found a straggler, and that's gonna be super big. He does have the immortality. Moreno is gonna be able to save his life. Better extra comes to the zone. Brands out, but from behind, he fights Fluffy. He's looking to go for Brands, but he doesn't have the HP. He's got the sustains though. But fortunately, he gets out of range of Brands. Not letting off the hook. Super Cat, he needs back off as well. Nice. Not gonna connect with Nia. He goes for the control with the retribution. He gets the kill. And Ken just couldn't run out at all.
He knows. Nia knows. He's so farmed this game. This Fanny 412. And again, Lido Nixon, this is just something that I think is something really comfortable with. And it shows. And even though Bigatron, really good catch early on, but the shutdown! Mega kill for Nia. They're getting all these big gobs. And BTR, how do they answer back?
Good question. I don't know. Because as of now, the drafts, even though it is a good draft, but it feels like the chances of winning this is slowly crumbling as Evo's Legends trying to go for the reverse 2-0 sweep. In this case, it might actually happen here, considering that Link 2 times in a row has lost in the hands of Bigatron Alpha. But with them slowly chipping away, they're going for the aggressive and fatal lanes. Didn't really connect. Super Win looking to interject this, but it's taking a little bit too much damage though. Still forces out the Rebel manipulation, but you can see Evo's Legends, they've pretty much secured their tower for themselves.
It's just slowly chunking every single inhibitor. There's this point, you're just getting so much ground. Again, Bigatron, it's not over yet. Yes, it's a 3K gold league, but we're heading towards the later stages of the game where slowly gold is not going to matter as everyone is going to complete their full build.
Yep, and that is something that they are going to go as well. But as you can see, the cables are ready to actually continue with this fight. But as you can see, Super Ken, he's getting chipped away. He's taking a little bit too much damage. Rizzo trying to buy a little bit more time as well. Fatal Link still available. So Rizzo gonna be chipped away by Brands. That's gonna be a little bit too much damage. So he is gonna be backing off for now. So this is something that they have to respect right now. Like, Brands is just so strong.
I mean, in this case, like again, Grand Theft Purple, this Link is basically with no purple buff whatsoever. Super Vin, yeah, you're just gonna be chunked up. And he doesn't even have Fatal Links at this point. So Super Ken, he's taken really low at this point. I don't think EVOS are going to force the issue. They know better that they're disciplined. They're just going for the objective team. But they're keeping BTR just cowering in their base.
Oh my goodness, nothing they can do. Yeah, gonna be making work on the Lord as well. You can see they're waiting for Ken. Ken is trying to go for the miracle plays, but he's getting chipped away. Tempest will play, but the Lord's HP is a little bit too much. But guess what? He kills Day off, but he is gonna pay with his life. He gets the immortality point. He just bought it as well, but Friends has the auto attack to finish him off. Now BTR's Rizzo. He goes for the wall charge, but no, he doesn't have damage. Friends uses ultimate, steals it away. He gets the double kill, but the rest of Evos, they're collapsing on BTR. Saken gonna be the next one here to defend. They have only win to hold on to this. As Evos.
Well, Saken has a lot of high ground defense, but Brands is still up. Multiple members of Bigatron, can they defend against this? They're only 2 men strong.
This is tough. It's up to Saken. He needs to get the perfect catch here, but Fluffy, he catches him. He's taking so much damage. He could not even dish it out. The Chase CC comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, EVOS Legends, they have done it. They've gotten the reverse 2-0 sweep, 2-1 against Bigatron Alpha. What a convincing game, a convincing statement here. Despite not being able to qualify, they gave us a very, very strong showing here on the best stream, B stream here, right now. What a game here, Monchel. What a game.
Best of 3, oh my. Denied by the White Tigers, Terrence. Wow, it wasn't expecting that this fire that's burning in EVOS Legends. I mean, with their MPL ID ongoing, I'm looking forward to see how this season plays out. But of course, congratulations to EVOS Legends, because what a game, what a dream, because dreams kept it all together.
Yup, dreams do come true, and they definitely made it happen here, even though they have not been able to qualify for the main event here for Snapdragon Pro Series. But what a way to close out the final game here for the final series for today, because no one expected this at all. But of course, you know, this is a very, very interesting game coming from them. But Bigatron, feels bad for them. It's okay. They will still continue their journey in towards the main event. But this is, I would say, a good greeting for EVOS Legends to say, you know what? Au revoir. Goodbye. Have fun. We wish you the best.
I mean, that's how you go out with a bang. And yeah, everyone seems to forget how cracked Dreams is as a roamer. Like the way he's able to set things up for his team. Let's remember, EVOS is a team with a lot of rich history. I mean, you would know, you were there at M1 casting, and during last year's MPL, the way they climb all the way out from the lower brackets back into the finals to face up against ONIC, this is a team to definitely not underestimate. Again, as I say, be aware of your win conditions. And with Bigatron Alpha, maybe they're still experimenting on certain facts, but we're still seeing the downsides of this lane pick.
Yeah, that, it is indeed very, very much counterable as well. They somehow figure out the sauce. Maybe Ling isn't what Bigatron is very comfortable at. So it's back to researching and also training for them as they make their preparations for the main event. So as of yet, I really like this match as well. It was pretty fun to under here as well. Very, very interesting adaptations here, testing out the limits of what Ling can and cannot do. But I have to give credit today because that fatty gameplay was insane. For him to get the crazy moments like this, and it's just phenomenal if you think about it.
I mean, there's a reason why in many of our matches, first face ban, there's always Fanny, Ling. You can't give these heroes away because everyone is really talented in terms of mechanics, but overall it comes down to how your team just comes together and they really made it work for them. But let's throw in towards the post-game stats and just break it down what happened, because this went a while. This went 20 minutes.
Yeah, this is one of the longer games here in this series, and it just shows you how close it could have gotten. It came down towards the execution on the little nitty-gritty details. In this case, Super Ken, he doesn't have his final item slot here, which makes a lot of sense, right? He Onyx Immortality, tried to go for the Winter Trunk, his saw, but Brands was right in his face. And look at Brands' item. Like, he's got Multiplier Roll, he's got the Hunter Strike, he's got Blade of Despair. He just has enough damage to actually burst through the health of whoever who's just been respawned for the Immortality. So it makes a lot of sense that he's gonna be one of the top damage dealers later on. But aside from that, damage Grok didn't exactly work out at all.
Yeah, I mean, Ren sold off his shoes, I assume for a Has Claw or a Hunter Strike. Either one really works out. And yeah, in the end, EVO's just a really dominant showing. I think BTR not enough respect. The fact that only Moreno has Purify, and you can't keep allowing Dreams to get those big catches. Like the fleeting time, just like icing on top of the cake, ensuring that the cooldowns are a lot shorter for the Fatal Links. And BTR, they didn't expect all of this to happen.
Yep, damage out here is going to be favoring on towards Evo's Legends as well. Hijume has been setting up some really serious real manipulations. The wombo combo setups coming from Fluffy and Dreams to actually chain in towards Brands and Hijume. Just do so much work. Moreno not necessarily having the easiest time as well, because time and time again, you try to make a play, boom, you just get completely shut down. Damage taken obviously is going to be a BTR that takes the most amount of damage. And Evo's, I feel like based on this stats, you can pretty clear tell that who is making a lot of work for the team, right? Like, we've been seeing so much about Nate, we have seen so much about Fluffy, but little to know, Hijume has been there just always harassing them time and time again. And there were multiple instances where Super Ken was just on the cliff here, he drops a casual skill, goes into a couple prism here, and chips him down towards 70% of health, which is 30% health here. And to get back those health, it's so difficult to do so unless you have the necessary heals to do so.
I mean, Hijume is just one of the most reliable mid lanes for EVOS. It's like you can expect him to do his job. Yes, he's in the back, he's quiet, but he gets the job done. And with this, you just scale a lot, just forcing Super Ken to go on defensively. And again, it's all about the counter engagement from the side of BTR. But in terms of EVOS, they acted as one together. They were roaring proudly and they just knew the limits. It's really difficult because you have to watch out for the Fatal Links and Fluffy just coming in zoning, worry about that penalty zone onto multiple members. BTR, I think it needed a lot more execution prowess from them. In the end, you can see it was just in terms of damage to tower, Rans just had a great time on this Beatrix.
Yeah, I like how things went in their favor. I definitely like how the sustains, the fights that been brought out as well, but it just showcases why Terisla is just so strong in the current patch, right? Like, it has a decent amount of damage, it has the sustains to do through, the ultimate CCs do bring so much value in terms of this team fights. Like, if you don't have Purifies, if you don't turn Journey, you pretty much, if you get caught out of it, he is gonna get taken down. But I'm curious to see who the MVP is coming from beside the EVOS Legends here. But bum bum bum, the MVP is gonna be none other than Hijume on this Eve, 8, 1, and 9. Surprise, surprise.
I mean, you have a good amount of late game insurance with the Eve, but just overall, the zoning, the beautiful layering upon ultimates, the setup, it's just great stuff from EVOS Legends. Well done. But let's throw into the highlights and let's relive all the moments with this match.
Yup, Hijume definitely played a phenomenal game here. And even here, you can see in the starting of the fight as well, Hijume is always there to try and chip away at Bigatron's Alpha's HP, and not once now, multiple times as well, where once you commit to the fight, like, he makes sure he procs his slows or nice speed once effect on everyone, so that when the disengage comes, they pretty much can't really get out. And this was the sickest wombo combo catch being set up by Dreams to follow up by Fluffy, and just, you know, the finishing touch. It's gonna be Hijume and Ne to just zone them out.
You know, it's all about, if I go down, you're all going down with me. That is just the roamer way of life. If I have to die, I might as well get some assists or even kills along the way. Instantly, you can see EVOS Legends just pushing their advantage. But this is what a really aggressive play from the side of Bigatron Alpha. But instantly, with the lack of any source of Purify from that Fatal Links, your enemy is just able to pull you under tower and just burst you down.
Yep, and of course, now seeing how this is going as well, it's just interesting to see how close things have gotten, and how really unexpected that EVOS Legends is just didn't qualify to this year, and it just proves how scary Group B bracket actually is in terms of technicality, the gameplay, etc. So I don't know, but where was this EVOS Legends the past few days? It feels like it's a little bit too late for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the adjustments that come in with the new patch. But congratulations to EVOS Legend. A win is still win. A 2-1 reverse sweep against Bigatron Alpha. And Terrence, I know you're quite sad about, you know, why did we not see this EVOS Legends during the earlier stages of, well, our group stages, but I think that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate. But at the same time, before we, you know, get a little bit of heartbroken here, but I'm curious to see what the analysts from the side of EVOS Legends has to say as we jump into a very, very short one here. And we have Techstump joining with us right now. The analyst coming from EVOS Legends. Hello. Good evening
Terrence,
over there. Monshel, yeah. At the same time, Techstump, I've got some very, very interesting questions here. I know that you guys have pretty much not been able to qualify for the main event. The question here is, what went wrong and what happened this past few days?
I'm not sure if Techstump can hear us.
Oh.
Like, it seems like it is frozen in like state. Maybe he's just like still like reliving the moments where it's frozen in time, just watching how well that played out for his team.
That's the worst way to dodge a puller. Like, I felt like that was very, very on point with my questions. It feels like, boom, production saved his life, you know? I'm pretty sure the the EVOS fans are gonna be like, why did you ask these questions? Why did you ask this? And boom, dodge. Before Techstump actually says anything, damn, shut down, denied. Should I ask that question? I think I should. Technically, it's a very, very good question, but ouch. I feel it feels like here I'm asking a girl's number and, you know, I just got painfully rejected in my face. Just like that, ouch.
Would you rather be rejected up front or slowly, like maybe she replied once or twice and then she ghosts you?
Oh, definitely up front. Much better, because ghosting is terrible. Never ghost people. It's just the worst feeling people. It's just rude, straight up rude. Really,
Maybe
rude.
they,
Very, very rude.
they feel bad and they feel like the guy can't handle the rejection because as I say, it feels bad. I mean, like from the initial hit, but I understand, like you get hurt once, then you move on, you find a new one. I think that's the name of the game. But of course, like let's think about how can we grill the analysts on the side of EVOS Legends. What kind of like hard truths we can ask? But as I say, production's giving us the go. Let's jump right into this interview.
Hello again.
Hello.
Good evening, thanks Tom. I've got a very, very interesting question here. I know I've kind of asked it, maybe we were kind of disconnected a little bit there. For this past 3 days, EVOS actually both for Legends as well as Icon didn't really do too well. And for you now finally getting a chance to actually showcase that you guys have still got what it takes. Can you tell me a little bit on the journey of what's happened for these past 3 days here for both EVOS Legend or even EVOS Icon from your perspective? What is going on behind the scenes so far?
I think both EVOS Legends and EVOS Icon already tried their best. Yeah, but we still really lack on discipline at late game maybe. So many times we got losing team fight on late game. Yeah, that's what happened from my perspective.
I see.
Okay.
I see. Yeah, Terrence, so back to TechStorm. I want to ask, with the addition of Fluffy into its EVOS Legends lineup, like, how long did it took for the team to really integrate? Because again, a new XP laner replacing Psychots. So overall, what are your thoughts and how the team is slowly gelling together? Are they ready for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I think Fluffy is already have many experience in MPL scene, so we can adapt fast. And Fluffy also have big hero pool. He can play tanks, he can play damage dealer, XP laner, and he can play like in game versus BTR. He play Akai with a rifle spell. It's maybe he can play many hero, and it's very nice for the coach to draft. It's easier because his hero pool is very big. Yeah.
Well, all things considered, I like that you guys are still trying to find ways to kind of gel. I know it's very difficult to be put to this spot, considering that you guys didn't actually made it. It took a little bit too long, but hopefully we wish you the best on how things are going to be going here. But of course, now before we close these things here, what's next for EVOS Legends? Do you guys have any tips, hint on what's going to be happening in this upcoming future?
Yeah, I think we gonna try our best in MPL, of course, because we have new lineup too in MPL. And for the fans, it was fans. I hope you guys keep supporting us until we can win again on MPL. Yeah.
Thank you so much, TechStorm. I appreciate your words here. I know it is very difficult here, but thank you so much for sharing some valuable information. And we wish you all the best here and pray that you guys will do well in MPL ID. But that pretty much sums it up for our interview here. Thank you so much, TechStorm. We'll see you when we see you. Goodbye. But, wow, that was very emotional here. I'm not gonna lie, Michelle. It was a very difficult question to ask, but at the same time, we got the information we needed, and we hope that we get to see a little bit more in the near future. However, of course, we have to say goodbye to EVOS Legends. They did not make it here for the very final, but of course, they are still competing for MPL ID. So it's not over yet. If you think EVOS Legends is out of the competition, it's not over yet. They're still gonna compete to improve themselves. But to keep you guys updated on how things are happening here throughout these past few days, let's take a look at the brackets here for Group A as well as Group B. I'm curious to see who makes it and who did not make it. Brackets, production, come on, show me. Is this the official one? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is your 6 teams that is gonna be playing off during the playoffs here. And these are your current brackets. We have RSGPH, ONIC ID, Udo Red Giants, Brand, Echo, and BTR. Your 6 teams that is gonna be playing off in the playoffs. And of course, this is you know, it has been a long past 3 days, but we've finally come out to this stage so far.
Yep. Overall, it's like as you say, the final standings for why is this way is that AP Brand is on top is because AP Brand won against ONIC in the earlier stage. In RSGPH, they're able to progress, and depending on the outcome of ONIC versus Udure Giants, they'll be facing up against RSGPH, because honestly, I think this matchup is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, and considering that how things has went by as well, based on this matchup of the seeds themselves, because like you said as well, because Brand won against ONIC for them to actually be seeded, that just puts them in a very awkward position. But RSGPH as well, you know, also going to be taking the top seed here, means that there is going to be a lot of changes coming in for the playoffs. So the strategies is gotta change. You know, obviously if they lose, they still have a second chance to play during the lower bracket. So there's a lot of games that is gonna be happening during the 21st all the way to the 23rd in July in Istora Senayan in Jakarta. So the main event where your 6 best teams are gonna be playing here. We have a team from Malaysia, we have a team from Indonesia, and we have teams from Philippines as well. Even though it's gonna be a little bit of a balance of everyone, this is going to be a very, very good game. So I hope you guys have gotten your tickets yet, but that is going to be the official brackets for you guys for all the teams out there.
Yep, Terrence, I mean, like, you really took like the words out of my mouth, but overall, that is your top 6 teams that be playing live for you, audience, in Jakarta. Of course, everyone, we've been telling you this many times, but sign up with the ESL newsletter to always stay up to date with the latest news, because like we all love our esports drama, latest patch updates, and what is in and out of the meta.
Yep, of course. Be sure, click it now. Now, I tell you, if you guys are looking for some fun content, there. If you're looking for some serious content, there. Inside scoop of the players, there. Potential TikTok memes from the talents, there. And guess what? I heard a rumor, okay?
Yes.
I heard a rumor. I'm not sure if it's true or not, okay? I heard a rumor from production. If the talents have had a competition for Group A, right? The loser will be doing some dances, will be punished.
It's all about winning matters,
They have to do
right?
some very, very thing as well. And of course, if you win, you don't need to go through the the secrets.
Okay.
And in this case, when you win, you gotta win with Snapdragon Elite Gaming. You gotta win with the Snapdragon chipsets that keeps you going. You gotta be super energized. You've got the chipsets that gives you the best performance in your phones to record those amazing videos, especially the fun ones. And of course, to do it, you gotta use the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, man. Like, that is the way to go. Monchel, don't you agree? You know, don't you want to see some fun content?
Yes, I mean, like, you definitely want the phone that would be able to back you up and doesn't let just a perfect gaming experience overall with the Samsung Galaxy. And next, we have the THL FEBot Dash Cup. Stand a chance to win your Samsung Galaxy's funds. Win up to 5,000 euros and just take part in it now. What are you waiting for? With the link down below.
Yep, 5,000 euros on the line. Only one person, but of course, when it comes to keeping you guys energized, especially of how Monchel has been giving you guys all the energy and love when it comes to commentary here. With Monster Energy, she has unleashed the beast. She's given you the best commentary of her life. And of course, what a better way here than to get yourself one here at the website here as well. And of course, Monchel, I'm pretty sure you have been hyping this for these past 3 days. Do you want to go to the main event? How do I go? Where do I go?
Well, if you're in Indonesia, you can take the train, you can drive, or boat there, but for all us international fans, you gotta fly into Istora Senayan, Jakarta to watch live the Snapdragon Mobile Challenge Finals, because I've been saying this, I've been reading it myself so many times. The tickets are only starting at 30,000 rupiah, and Holler did the conversion. It's about the price of a cup of coffee. So I think you can afford to skip one day, right?
Yep, definitely here. But all things considered here, this past 3 days has been so much fun, and there's just so many surprises, underdog story, upsets, comebacks as well, and there's just so many things that we have talked about here. But we have to close one page of the chapter, not necessarily the entire book, but there are still 6 teams that is going to be representing here from every region to play in the playoffs. And if you think about this as well, the Snapdragon Pro Series has been going on for months and months and months, and we are finally at this stage, the strongest 6 after so many teams thus far. Monchel, I can't wait to actually witness it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are your hardened warriors just ready to spill blood on the land of Dawn. I mean, this is going to be me, Monchel and Terrence. That's all from us from Stream B. We look forward to seeing you at the playoffs. See you. Till now.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
What is a winner? Make a promise, then I go and deliver. What is a break? They all amazed. This ain't for beginners. Back in the days, we used to dream, but now we can get it. Work, work, work. We gotta push to the limit, then work till we finish, then push to the limit, then work, 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 work. Nice catch, mate.
I hit the ground running. Now look what I am becoming. Greetings, agents. I am Max Spot. Welcome to the Danger Dome.
Here comes the fight!
In Fashion by Shopee, stylish setiap saat. Temukan beragam koleksi fashion pria favoritmu mulai dari 50.000. Penuhi kebutuhan fashionmu dan tampil stylish setiap saat. Nikmati cashback 30% dan gratis ongkir. Di In Fashion by Shopee, stylish setiap saat.
Cuy lah, kita gas main attack apa ya. Yang lagi rame bos, halus. Lagi rame apa bang? Lagi rame emblem ini pak. Santai ya cuy, emblem ini lagi rame nih. Quantum ini ya cuy ya. Dikombo dengan agility ini bos. Yang talent pertamanya pakai agility kan. Custom assassin emblem pakai talent agility. Habis itu master assassin coy. Kemudian dikombo dengan quantum nah itulah pokoknya bos, gacor coy. Dengan kombinasi item tentunya boy, yang item gue temukan sendiri tanpa sengaja membuat dia semakin gacor terpercaya ya bos ya. Gak percaya bang? Weh, tengok lah ini, tengok coy. Slow untuk kalian yang gak percaya ya bos ya. Gak percaya bang ya, yang percaya ya kalian tengok juga. Halus. Sabar dulu ya cuy ya, sabar dulu. Untuk permainan di awal bos, ketika kalian makin ada ini, kalian lakukan aja seperti biasa yang gue lakukan coy. Masuk ke semak sini dulu bos. Setelah masuk ke semak sini, langsung kita pantau untuk red buff musuh. Ini sangat worth it parah ketika kalian main solo ya coy ya. Main solo halus. Nah apa worth itnya? Ya bisa nyolong inilah bos. Santai. Kenceng larinya coy, makin licin gitu bos, makin membahinol badai boy. Apalagi dengan kombinasi item yang bakal gue terapkan nanti ini ya boy ya. Apa itemnya bang? Selalu lah satu-satu coy, satu-satu. Sabar, ini lancelotnya kemana nih? Halus aja, pensom ya, pensom. Nampak lancelotnya hawa-hawanya bos, kayaknya dia bakal kontes di area kelomang ya coy ya. Nah berhasil kita colong dengan sangat gacor bung. Sampai hijau-hijaunya sekalian coy, biar dia nggak dapat apa-apa sama sekali gitu kan. Sabar, berkumpul kata Karinanya. Selulah, rupanya di bawah lancelotnya nyolong dong pak. Oke Mbak Karina, nggak usah terlalu maksa kali Mbak Karina, santai manja dapat terspot gacor the best lah bos. Sabar, gue OTW nih. Aduh, mati coy. Aduh, dua mati lo bosok. Halus ya coy ya, slow. Seenggaknya lancelotnya ke atas itu udah gundul total bos. Sabar, kalem aja Mbak Karina. Kalem. Tepensom main tipis-tipis aja Mbak Karina. Halus, ini kita bantu. Mau nggak mau lah keambil ya coy ya. Soalnya dilempar skill 2 Melisa dapat ya nanti pak. Sabar mati nih Melisanya coy. Kita ngendok di sini sedikit kan, ngendok di sini. Nah maju sedikit bang. Killing kecrot lah bos. Kermesi lah bos. Gacor terpercaya jos ya boy ya. Halus. Tetap manja coy, tetap manja. Kita bantu rotasi lagi sedikit ya coy ya. Kita bantu rotasi atasnya bos. Slow. Valenya mana ini? Sabar. Wah, Alpha masih bisa bertahan tampaknya di bagian atas. Bung sengit sekali pertempuran di atas sana. Masih bisa survive dari seorang Alpha bos. Namun banyak yang sekar tampaknya permisa. Langsung mencari celah. Mana celahnya? Ini dia bos, ngesing saja seorang Lancelot di sana bos. Langsung lipas bos. Lipaskan bos. Bro. Agar Messi lah bung. Wow, ada Martis di sana. Gocekan maut yang hands. Ya pung. Halus, matikan itu Martisnya. Matikan itu boy. Cucuk Mbak Karina. Gue tatel ini. Sini. Dah. Gas. Nah. Sini. Langsung backup sini. Cepat. Ini lo boy. Berkumpul lo bro. Alpanya malah push lah perak. Karina ini lo ada yang lebih gacor boy. Itu yang kecil diabaikan aja lah. Ini lo ada yang lebih jos nih. Ambil lah. Enak kan, lebih bergizi gitu loh boy. Langsung ini ya coy ya, langsung ke mentahan heptasis ya pak ya. Fury Hammer bos, untuk men-trigger damage kita gitu coy. Itu item pertama bos. Halus. Awas Johnson. Tandai Johnsonnya itu. Sabar. Ini kita colek sikit kali bos. Kita colek sikit. Sabar. Tunggu Kadita coy. Tunggu Kadita dekat kan. Nah, cucuk Kadita. Cucuk WTB killing kan boy. Apa yang terjadi boy? Mati dengan sangat gacor tentunya. Akibat pencolekan maut ya bung ya. Oke coy, kita tuh nggak terlalu butuh kill boy, yang penting menang ya kan. Tugas rumor itu dapat assist sudah bagus bos. Halus. Wow, Lancelot di sana terlalu strong tampaknya pun dengan sangsingnya. Permisa hampir ngising dari seorang Lancelot, ditabrak Johnson saja Mbak Karina di sana. Apakah masih bisa selamat tuh? Terkecret saja Lancelot di sana, tersiap-siap tak berdaya. Colek sikit pantat seorang Martis di sana bung. Masih sengit. Cucukkan terus lah bos. Permisa. Sekali lah bung. Halus. Nah, cucukkan rata maniak yang indah, handsome, beautiful, jos didapatkan oleh seorang Mbak Karina di sana ya bos ya. Bro. Halus ya coy ya. Halus. Sudah 3 assist kita kantongi di sini dengan sangat gacor. Ditabrak saja. Permisa. Apakah berlanjut? Nah, gaskan. Johnson pun gas saja. Nah, jos. Halus. Ngegas lu nggak ngegas bang ya. Ini saatnya. Nggak bisa kedalaman coy. Gue nunggu valenya coy. Valenya ngeri kalau sampai ulti kan bertiga kan nggak lucu gitu loh bos. Makanya kita tuh tunggu sedikit momen yang pasti gitu coy. Perlu perhitungan yang sedikit matang ya bos ya. Ini tugas kita open Leslie aja dulu pak. Sabar. Aman coy. Nah ini kontes turtle nih. Turtle. Pas kan bos. Tunggu ada Vale coy. Sabar aja dulu coy. Main tipis-tipis. Sangat sekali. Tunggu Valenya skill. Udah skill kau cek. Cemas nabrak tembok. Pecah gundulmu bos. Bro Messi is the cover of the Messi, the best, the handsome ya po ya. Oh palu Johnson, palunya hampir saja masih terlalu licin. Gacor coy, emang enak kayak emblem ini ya bos ya. Licin gitu coy. Gacor, the best, terpercaya bos. Slow, tatal. Kalem ya coy, kalem. Vale aja sampai ketar-ketir gitu coy, nabrak tembok flickernya lo bos. Gas. Santai ya coy ya. Halus. Ini turtle ini. Ada orang ini. Mana orangnya nih? Ada tanda seru tadi pak. Semak mana dia? Semak sini. Nah ini semak sini nih. Itu bang, ada tanda seru bang. Ini loh bang, ini loh. Udahlah itu siapa itu? Martis itu. Nah kan Martis kan, nggak percaya dibilangi loh. Oh kasih nih Johnson pun tidak peduli bung. Dan shot lah bos. Sabar. Kita hemat execute sedikit coy. Ini kita buat ini coy. Nah item keduanya ya coy, Endless Battle bos. Nah ini guna execute di hemat itu boy. Shot teman bunuh tanpa menyentuh yang gacor bos. Kita bantu recall dari seorang Jack Martis di sana dengan sangat gagah berani ya bung. Kalau udah pasti mati itu kita nggak usah buang-buang execute ya boy ya. Cuma bela-belain untuk nyampah itu nggak usah coy. Soalnya tim kita cukup bagus di sini ya bos ya. Kalau bosok iyalah. Udah takutnya nggak disampah malah nggak mati ya, itu lucu kali coy. Tapi kalau pasti mati itu agak hemat aja execute kayak tadi itu ya bos bro. Untuk momen-momen seperti tadi. Nah ini coy, ini saatnya Vale coy. Vale bos dalam turret tidak peduli. Kita gaskan, cocokkan, kilekan. Oh bebe handsome ya papa jos gandos itu jos ya bos. Gacor kan coy. Ini lagi apa ini, Melinda cinta satu malam tanpa di sana mencari celah. Apa yang terjadi? Dedek Leslie kita sekarat bung. Akan terjadi kontes pengegengan. Sudah ulti saja dedek Melinda di sana ya bos ya. Apakah bisa selamat dedek Melinda di sini? Rose attack boy, cocok karena killing kalah. Pepe handsome jos bos. Udah pasti mati nggak usah dihemat coy. Kok maksudnya nggak usah gas itu execute-nya coy. Nggak dihemat sih, ditabrak Johnson saja boy. Apa yang terjadi? Oke langsung cocokkan, kilengkan. Dapat 1 pemain, 2 pemain, 2 nggak bisa bos. Terlalu tanky dari seorang Johnson di sana ya bung ya. Santai. Ini lagi Lancelot apa ini bos. Ini guna execute. Ini saatnya kita pakai ketika solo kill gini bos. Mana dia? Nah cukup. Aduh, dia ada skill 2 ini. Tunggu aja. Kita pantau aja, kita cegat pergerakannya ya bos ya. Sabar. Biar Leslie jadi tumbal lah, nggak apa-apa. Gas Leslie open. Nah ini saatnya kita bergerak bos. Saatnya cos lah bos. Turu saja bangke Lancelot dengan sangat gagah berani ya bung ya. Sementara di sana Melinda melakukan split push. Ada Vale di sana. Kita tuh nggak bisa Melinda aja. Melinda enak kali split ini bosok. Halus, gas. Enak bang, udah enak splitnya, udah enak pushnya. Mana. Cucok kalah ulti pula. Kerocot. Udah mati boy. Jos. Enak aja split boy. Enak coy, larinya kenceng gitu boy. Apalagi setelah kita melakukan basic attack ke musuh gitu kan, lari kita pun semakin gacor gitu bos. Halus. Sebenarnya kayak killing spree tapi aktif ketika nggak dapat kill gitu boy. Nggak perlu kill, killing spree-nya aktif gitu ya pak ya. Ini mati lancar ini. Gas, slow. Abang datang. Geleng langsung meninggal. Godlag tak sak terpepet ya bos. Lancelot. Ayolah, kasih perlawanan sengit sedikit Lancelot. Berkat emblem baru ini ya coy ya. Santai. Dan item baru tentunya. Aduh, tahu. Lancelotnya mati itu loh bang. Lord bang. Aduh, ada Johnson pula. Tabrak. Nggak nabrak coy. Sabar. Johnsonnya coy, ngeri coy. Lord. Gas. Mana Johnsonnya nih? Nah, Johnsonnya kesana ini. Gas. Lord. Mantep kali lah pokoknya ya coy. Emblem baru sama item ini bos. Nah, ini kita jadikan BOD. Dijamin auto 0 mati bos. Lenteng 706 loh coy, gacor. Bos, bro. 0 mati bang. Enggak coy itu. Aduh. Lagi beli item tadi nggak nampak gue Johnson lagi muter-muter sempak. Mampus. Itulah kalian coy. Sok keras. Rata kan matikan gue kalian bosok. Wah, kasih tugas kalian cucuk tengok itu termasuk trik ya coy ya. Kita tuh menjadi tumbal hidup untuk mendapatkan 3 pemain bos. Strategi itu nggak dihitung lah itu mati satu itu. Slow. Nengok gue lagi beli item BOD loh, nggak tahu Johnsonnya lagi jadi mobil sempak. Halus. Kalau tahu tadi nggak akan gue clear itu yang di atas tadi itu bosok. Santai. Suki. Tipis ya, tipis. Sabar. Ini tim kita udah cukup unggul sih, nggak perlu kehadiran kita aja udah bisa coy. Jadi kalau udah kayak gitu coy, kita fokus laning aja dulu bro. Fokus laning ya bos ya. Fokus lane untuk clear lane gitu loh, sambil jadikan item kita coy. Sabar. Ditabrak Johnson saja. Kita fokus push saja di sini. Mbak Natalia permisa. Apa yang terjadi? Sengit sekali pertempuran di atas. Namun Mbak Natalia di sini fokus kepada objektivitas, vitalitas sama batas, Pung. Rata saja tampaknya di sana tanpa kehadiran seorang Mbak Natalia ya, Pung ya. Namun kita berhasil mengamankan turret di bagian bawah satu, bos. Dipaksa saja oleh seorang Martis mengejar kita. Namun lari kita bagaikan tuyul, dia sangat bolong ya, bos. Tengok larinya kenceng enak kali, coy. Parah ya coy ya. Ini sempat jadi BOD makin gak ngotak lari kita bos. Halus ya. Tetap berdemek, lari kenceng, gacor parah. Ini mati sih nagas. Gas kan boy. Karena badak acrot lah. Badak pun tidak peduli boy. Apa yang terjadi? Sengit sekali ya bung. Santai coy, santai. Ini ada apa nih? Colek sih ke. Ada apa nih? Ulti potong. Karina. Waduh, Karinanya pelengak-pelengok pula di sana. Untung Leslie-nya sangat sikap ya bos ya. Apa yang terjadi? Martis seorang diri di sana digengbeng, digeprek rame-rame jadi bangke ya bos. Sabar. Kita jadikan BOD dulu ya coy ya. Handsome. Santai coy, santai. End itu kayaknya. Enggak masih hidup saja tampaknya di sana. Johnson muter-muter di sana mencoba untuk mencari celah. Ditabrak saja tampaknya, nabrak tembok bung dan mengalami keblunderan ya seorang Johnson di sana ya bos ya. Sementara Natalia mencari celah. Fokus turret dulu bos. Objektivitas Lancelot ya bos, sangat cukup peka tampaknya permain ditunjukkan oleh seorang Lancelot ya bos ya. Slow. Kita jadikan item dulu, Sabar coy, aja di BOD kalian tengok larinya coy. Kayak orang ditagih hutang gitu loh bos, kenceng kali boy. Langsung pistol ya coy, bos. Jadi kita di sini nggak pakai apa, bosok. Nggak pakai apa namanya coy, nggak pakai hunter strike coy. Lord. Nggak pakai hunter strike ya coy ya. Mati 2 nggak bisa juga ngelord coy. Halus. Hunter strike itu kita gantikan aja coy. Kita gantikan sama endless battle dan BOD. Nanti untuk item terakhirnya kita buat kondisikan lah, bisa sih hunter strike, cuma kondisikan aja karena di sini cukup banyak yang tebal. Kita kayaknya lebih butuh ke apa ya coy, DHS. Slow, sabar. Jadi penetnya kita ngandalkan heptasi sama ngandalkan satu lagi itu pakai pistol. Sabar. Enak kali coy, tengok nih larinya. Kenceng kali kan coy. Kenceng kan? Kan nggak ngerasa kenceng larinya ini ya? Tengoklah, macam kalian ditagih hutang kayak gini lah bos. Kenceng kali bos. Enak coy, licin kali ini coy. Apalagi kalau kita aktif pasif emblemnya ini ya coy ya. Pasif emblemnya ini aktif, langsung kita geprek lah. Waduh, Lord rupanya bosok. Slow, tunggu coy. Itu mereka ngelord tuh. Sabar. Waduh, terpukul mundur saja. Namun Atelier di sini tidak kehabisan ide ya bos ya. Kita lakukan split push dengan sangat is the best. Jos, sang Nataliano penentu kemenangan. Apa yang terjadi? Turret pun jebol tampaknya. Copotnya pun. Halus. Belakang karena Messi. DiCaprio Messi. Wah, geprek bosok. Untung nggak bawa orang sih si sempak ini bos. Halus. Ini Lancelot coy. Sempak. Sabar. Enak coy, enak larinya enteng kali kayaknya coy. Kalian rasakan lah perbedaannya ya coy ya. Walaupun damage kita agak sedikit kurang di early, cuma untuk main poke itu enak dengan bantuan emblem ini coy. Sabar. Halus. Cerot. Allah. Mati duluan tuh. Tolong lotnya. Tunggu. Lot. Udah ada alpha ya. Santai. Lancelot. Kejebret. Rocot. Hentom mengeliminasi dengan sangat gacor. Lotnya dulu bang. Santai ya. Kita bantu alpha dulu coy. Aduh. Cek lah bos. Slow. Weh. Sabar bang. Santai. Fokus ini dulu coy. Ini susah kalau nggak dimatiin lordnya ya coy ya. Minion gedenya datang terus gitu loh. Tetap halus ya. Tunggu. Sabar bang. Main manja dulu bang. Slow. Kadang susah kalau nggak disuruh nunggu gitu. Tunggu. Ingat itu coy. Guna fungsi tunggu itu ya biar tim kita tuh nggak terlalu agresif ya bos ya. Dan ketika nanti mereka mati itu kita nggak disalahkan. Kan udah gue bilang tunggu gitu loh. Sabar. Ini minionnya gede loh coy. Gede gitu. Santai. Nah, udah habis masa minion gedenya ini ya pak ya. Pistol udah jadi. Ini DHS aja lah coy. DHS aja ya. Kan banyak yang tebel ini pak. Johnson Martin. Bro. Karena Messi, Suto Lionel Messi, DiCaprio, namun Leslie di sana meninggal dunia tanpa ada sebab yang pasti. Ada lancar killing kan. Waduh, bro. Cek maut lah bos. Apa ngulti apa? Oh Melinda. Nah, gaskan boy. Apakah meninggal di Melinda di sana? Meninggal oleh cucukan maut seorang alpha ya boy. Bro. Suto Messi is papa Jos lah bos. Licin bos. Cukup satu mati, itu pun nggak sengaja mati satu tadi sempak. Halus. Nampak coy, kalian nampak kan ya coy ya. Gacor kan coy. Apa yang gacor hoki bang? Enggak coy, itu hoki pun termasuk skill sempak. Mati 4 pula ini. Slow. Tunjukkan ini. Tensi emblem dan item ini bos. Pilih kalian. Killing. Ngotak memang bos. Gacor, tetap sakit gitu boy. Tetap sakit, lari kenceng, mereka pun malas ngejar gitu coy. The best lah pokoknya handsome ya coy ya. Sabar. Manja coy, tengok jadi bisa bertahan tim kita kan. Berkat terculik satu pemain, mereka akhirnya mengurungkan niat untuk melakukan push bos. Halus. Apalagi dari rancurnya sekarat gitu kan. Ketar-ketir dia bos. Cari ulti dulu coy. Sabar. Nah, halus ini udah bisa kita makan semua ini. Kalau udah jadi kayak gini tuh, jadi 4 item gini aja semua bisa kita makan ini. Tapi kita makan yang tipis-tipis dulu lah ya pak ya. Oke. Lele kok bisa ketahuan ini. Sabar. Oke, kayak Martis itu ya, tunggu jadi DHS lah ya coy. Tunggu jadi DHS atau sekali aja itu semua langsung tahu aja si bosok ini bro. Nggak bisa. Kalau combo nggak masuk itu, kalau bisa usahakan langsung mundur ya coy ya. Kayak gue tadi ngehit Lancelot kan nggak masuk kombonya itu. Sabar. Udah dapat lot loh bang. Kalem. Tunggu ulti ya coy. Tunggu ulti atau mau menyampah itu aja sih bos kalau nggak ada ulti ya coy ya. Nah kalau ulti ready ini kita cari celah Lancelot. Boy kalian tengok ini. Asli bet. Hitungan detik bos. Halus. Lari ngiprit hitungan detik. Sisa seorang Melinda dan Johnson. Apa yang terjadi? Terketret saja Melinda cinta satu malam gak berbuat apa-apa ya bos ya. Ada Johnson melakukan putaran maut satu lap tampaknya bung. Apa yang terjadi? Kabur saja Johnson melepas tanggung jawabnya dari seorang tank ya bos ya. Pergi menjauh tanpa ada pembackupan terhadap turret ya bung. Lepas tanggung jawab Johnsonnya langsung pak. Nampol coy, 0 mati bos. Itu mati 1 bang. Grading hijau semua, kalian tengok. Hijau semua, coy. Berkat emblem ini tentunya ya, Bung ya. Mati satu itu nggak dihitung itu, Pak. Nggak dihitung. Tadi gue lagi beli item itu, jadi nggak MVP kan, sempak. Oke lah. Oke ya cuy, kalau nampak ya betapa gacornya, apalagi DHS sempat jadi ini semakin gak ngotak tiada batas, bos. Bisa nggak MVP sih? Oke lah, aslinya ya. Nilainya imbang-imbang lah. Oke lah.
Start your out of the blue idea today at bluehost.com.
Play itu menurut gue kayak potensial RRQ yang nanti harus di spotlight lebih.
Iya.
Karena tadi lu bilang ditinggal timnya jadi lebih lagi gameplaynya.
Ya dia pengen buktiin juga kayak lu jangan
Lu salah ninggalin gua.
Lu salah
gitu.
ninggalin gua.
Memang kayaknya player-player yang penuh emosi tuh malah jago
Emosional
ya.
kan?
Emosional
Kalau
jadi jago.
bisa memanfaatkan itu
Bisa memanfaatkan motivasi emosional.
Emosional kan?
Ya.
Kenapa nih gua nih?
Gue ngerti gak
mungkin konotasi Clover ke lu emosionalnya tuh beda gitu loh. Emosionalnya beda mungkin ya. Tapi
hai semuanya, balik lagi di MP Show. Hede. Akhirnya MPL Season 12 week pertama selesai juga dan wah sangat luar biasa ya untuk ngelihat performa tim-tim dari MPL Season ini. Walaupun mungkin ada satu tim yang belum bertanding yaitu EVOS Legends ya. Karena total 11 total berarti 9 tim. 8 udah main, sisa EVOS Legends. Tapi sebelum kita lanjut ada tamu baru. One God, the King. Akhirnya join the club. Halo Fis. Apa kabar Fis? Udah join streamer kan?
Iya.
Sekarang jadi apa namanya panelis? Gimana?
Streamer analis nih ya?
Ya gimana?
Wah gila, gue ngerasa kayak seru sih. Karena ini menurut gue new challenge lah buat gue. Hal baru kan. Gue suka belajar hal baru gitu.
Oke, jadi bacot dulu sebelum main lagi nanti ya?
Iya. Ya, kenapa nggak balik lagi aja, Pis? Ini meta one Harit lagi nih.
Nah, aduh belum dipanggil.
Oh, belum dipanggil.
Iya.
LFT nggak?
Enggak dong.
Oh, enggak.
Kan masih EVOS banget.
EVOS banget.
Masih biru banget ya?
Sama kayak gua, hello biru. Biru banget gue soalnya.
Gue udah gak percaya dengar kata-kata itu tau.
Terakhir biru banget abis
gue
itu
denger ada
ya?
yang terakhir biru banget, pindah ke alter ego.
Aduh. Oke lah kalau gitu kita langsung aja. Jadi udah selesai untuk week pertama dan banyak banget updates dari MPL dan kita bahas dulu dari tim terbaru yang baru tanding juga, baru join ke MPL yaitu Dewa United yang penampilan perdananya bener-bener clean sheet, menyapu bersih seluruh pertandingannya ya. Mereka kemarin menang lawan Aura dan juga lawan RBL ya. Lawan RBL. Aura yang kita bilang juga kita prediksi bakal jadi tim kuat. Ternyata dibantai kan oleh Dewa kan. Menurut kalian gimana nih? Apakah ini pertanda kalau Dewa United ini bisa jadi kuda hitam?
Dark horse.
Dari Abis dulu deh.
Waduh.
Gimana Abis?
Bukan.
Pendapat pertama dari Klopp.
Aduh. Gimana? Lu
lepas kacamata dulu guys. Biar dia Susujin. Kemarin kita habis nonton Susujin tuh ganteng banget kalau lepas kacamata. Kita coba guys.
Oh jadi lu
kalian tulis kalau komentar guys.
Lu berharap ada orang yang kayak langsung Max mode tanpa kacamata gitu ya?
Masukin TikTok. Biar mirip Susujin. Coba dulu. Oke Bis, silakan Bis.
Kalau menurut gue nih Joy, gue kan streamer baru nih kemarin kan, kemarin gue lihat Dewa tuh mungkin lagi panas-panasnya lah. Karena kayak Watt itu udah penantiannya berapa lama kan? Kayak bertahun-tahun ya dia di GPX kan 2 tahun berarti ya, 2 tahun setahunan. Dia masih panas-panasnya. Leo Murphy, camat di AE. Yang gue yakin dari awal gue lawan dia tuh jago banget gitu. Terus di camat di AE mungkin dia lagi panas-panasnya lagi. Tapi menurut gue poin yang paling dia kuat adalah konsistennya. Dia bener-bener as a team tuh 5 stabil. Kayak dia makanya sering comeback late game, comeback lagi dari Murphy-nya sama Watt-nya. Menurut gua itu bener-bener mantep banget sih Jo. Mereka emang menurut gua itu bener-bener kayak lawan, gua pernah sedih lawan ONIC. Soalnya ini kan rompernya Murphy lumayan kuat, dia setipe sama Keyboy. Yang gue liat itu tuh, Keyboy sama Murphy tuh setipe dia suka stun roamer gitu kan.
Hero poolnya juga mirip ya.
Benar, buat momen. Itu gue benar-benar kayak itu seru banget pasti.
Menantikan banget.
Menantikan banget.
Kalau menurut gua sih bukan dari Dewa doang sih. Memang player-player yang pindah dari suatu tim ke tim lain yang mungkin memang ada masalah. Ya gue nggak bisa bilang mungkin Leo Murphy ada dendam ke alter ego ya, gue nggak tahu. Cuman gue nggak bilang gitu ya. Cuman rata-rata kayak contohnya Versik. Lu lihat Versik, dia tidak dipakai di EVOS, dibuang begitu saja, pindah ke RRQ, begitu hebat, begitu luar biasa. Jadi kayak menurut gue tim-tim yang emang pindah dari tim sebelumnya karena nggak dipakai, itu bakal jadi a monster bro.
Oke.
Bisa kita lihat Versik lagi at the top. Leo Murphy juga at the top, and VYN is at the top. Itu menurut prediksi gue, dan kebukti di week 1 rata-rata player yang pindah itu bersinar semua. Dan ya menurut gua Dewa bersinar karena Leo Murphy salah satu faktor terbesarnya
Salah
sih.
satu pilarnya juga.
Pilarnya.
Ya.
Kita lihat walaupun ya Watt yang jago banget, dan gini ya rata-rata tuh orang ngomong di sosial media tuh, waduh kalau Watt itu player lama tapi ini dia bandingin sama player rehat atau apa. Kalau Watt kan gak rehat bro.
Ya.
Watt itu masih main, masih scrim di MDL, sedangkan player-player kayak Bang Sin atau Gustian itu kan rehat dulu. Jadi harus lebih dikejar lagi kalau Watt itu gak rehat. Jadi emang Watt sama Leo Murphy ini kombinasi pilar di Dewa untuk sekarang sih.
Dan untuk kedepannya pun pasti ya.
Kedepannya pasti dua itu jadi pilar.
Oke.
Kalau gue setujunya yang di satu hal sih, yang soal Watt tetap scrim. Itu emang penting banget Jo. Soalnya kenapa? Soalnya kalau pro player itu misalkan dia udah nggak ikut scrim, itu sangat-sangat susah buat ngejar lagi. Dia kayak bahkan lebih butuh sebulan 2 bulanan dulu lah buat adaptasi, baru dia mungkin bisa ngikutin gimana flow-nya di tim. Tapi menurut gue di faktor lain, kenapa Dewa bisa step up kayak gitu? Tahu nggak gara-gara apa? Gara-gara nggak ada senioritas. Dia tim baru yang kebetulan seniornya gue lihat siapa? Watt sama Murphy kan. Walaupun ada beberapa pemain di Dewa yang masih main lah, kayak dari MDL-nya kayak Dixon atau Ray kayak Lanaya, bukan Ray, Lanaya sama Case ya kan. Tapi yang gue lihat ini kan tim baru pecah lah jatuhnya. Baru pecah di MPL sekarang. Nggak ada senioritas. Dan yang gue lihat karena emang rata-rata tim fight-nya juga bagus. So far yang gue lihat dari pemanfaatan hero-nya juga oke. Mereka kayak misalkan Joy, mereka biarin Joy-nya lepas sendiri. Main Faramis mereka selalu nge-grouping ya kan. Terbukti waktu lawan RBL tuh yang paling jelas. Itu mereka bener-bener nge-counter strat fighter-fighternya Rebellion. Yang padahal itu bener-bener fresh banget lah secara draft ya. Tapi pas mereka main Faramis mereka manfaatin itu, ya udah nempel gitu loh mainnya.
Sama nih, satu gue ada kenapa Dewa nih strong banget ya. Dia tuh bukan kayak tim baru, contoh kayak misalkan gue nggak bilang Rebellion jelek. Kayak contoh lah Rebellion baru masuk atau apa baru masuk. Mereka tuh kayak awal-awal tuh masih FOMO atau FOMO kan. FOMO tuh adalah hal ketika lu ngikut-ngikutin gitu loh. Sedangkan Dewa tuh nggak ngikut-ngikutin. Dia begitu masuk ke MPL, mereka langsung punya gameplay sendiri. Setiap game nge-ban Kaja One. Jadi mereka nggak FOMO, mereka tuh tim yang udah ada warnanya dan begitu masuk MPL bukannya berubah warna ngikutin tim-tim MPL tapi masih berpegang teguh sama mereka punya strategi gitu loh. Jadi itu yang gue respect lah, mereka nggak FOMO.
Mereka punya plan sendiri lah ya.
Punya plan sendiri dan nggak buyar gitu loh.
Oke ya, dan gue juga setuju sih sama KB bilang kayak tim baru, tidak ada senioritas dan tidak ada ekspektasi juga gitu loh. Maksudnya kayak pasti targetnya ya lolos playoff aja tuh udah wow banget dong untuk lu tim baru, apalagi dengan persaingan sekarang yang emang udah gila banget kan untuk MPL season 12 ini juga. Dan kita lanjut ke tim selanjutnya yang juga sama-sama konsisten, bahkan dari turnamen sebelumnya pun kita udah menggila-gilakan lah ya untuk tim ini ya, yaitu Bigetro.
Wah, sudah bisa ditebak.
Sudah bisa ditebak ya. Ini konsisten banget sih, dominasinya pun maksudnya kayak untuk tim yang Bigetro nih kita tahu lah ya mereka tim lama tapi player-playernya kan banyak player baru kan. Kecuali VYN. Walaupun VYN player baru tapi dengan segudang prestasi yang dia miliki. Tapi menurut gue yang perlu di-highlight ini selain Ken ya. Ken kan udah dari kemarin lah ya. Sorizo. Wah.
Setuju banget gue, Jo.
Sorizo
waduh, gue setuju banget.
Sorizo.
Iya, maksudnya kayak emang semua rosternya untuk BTR sekarang ini emang lagi gila-gilanya dari kedalaman kayak strateginya, sumber dayanya, bahkan mereka bisa tuker Henki dengan Moreno juga gitu kan. Gimana nih, apakah BTR bisa dimasukkan sebagai title contender untuk season 12 ini? Dari KB dulu deh.
Wah, kalau contender gue setuju sih, soalnya terbukti waktu mereka main aja ya kan, main lawan Altrigo tuh yang paling jelas waktu itu. Di game yang pertama tuh bener-bener clear mereka tiba-tiba ngebawain Florin, Elise ya kan. Itu
menurut gua kayak strat yang jarang banget muncul dan
betul.
Elis yang main itu cuma Super Ken sampai sekarang.
Sampai
iya kan?
jungler ya detik ini ya.
Sampai detik ini jungler dia doang yang ngemainin dan itu benar-benar dibawa dari season lalu. Dan gua ngelihatnya sekarang udah bukan kayak peran Finn lagi yang nge-call, tapi ya tadi yang sempat di-mention sama Joe, Sorizo juga berperan penting. Main 4-1-nya ini bener-bener ditutupin sama Sorizo yang jarang banget ke pick off. Jarang banget ada gerakan tambahan juga. Makanya kalau dibilang contender kayaknya bahkan calon tim kuat sih itu Bigetron. Calon tim konsisten lah. Asalkan nggak ada hal-hal yang mungkin kayak internal atau
Faktor X
segala
ya.
macamnya, faktor X yang mungkin nggak bisa disebutkan. Kayaknya ini tim bakal flawless banget lah. Apalagi dia nih bakal dapetin jam terbang banyak. ESL dia dapat, IESF juga dia dapat. Terus ditambah 8 minggu MPL kan. Ya semoga nggak burn out aja.
Ya, itu pedang bermata dua lah ya. Kalau kita lihat dari dua sisi kan, kalau untuk padatnya jadwal ya. Dari Lupis gimana ngeliat Bigetron?
Bigetron sih emang dari awal, jujur gue dulu ngeliat pas gue cabut dari Force tuh, tim yang salah satu gue pengen masuk itu adalah Bigetron gitu.
Oh iya?
Yang gue benar-benar, tapi gue telat aja, gue nggak lupa trial kan.
Oke.
Gue pengen banget, karena yang gue lihat, gue walaupun Hengki ataupun Finn yang jadi romer, gue suka tipe romer mereka. Berani.
Oke.
Itu yang jarang dimiliki sama romer yang baru. Romer baru tuh jarang banget. Kalau romer lama tuh pasti berani. Masuk ke dalam, kick sana, kick sini pakai chow kan, atau kayak benar-benar berani gitu. Mereka sama sekali dan ngerti banget makronya. Itu yang romer-romer yang menurut gue mantep banget dan situ gue suka. Makanya kenapa menurut gue BTR sangat kuat sekarang. Karena romernya emang benar-benar cocok dan apalagi dengan tambahan coach barunya ya, yang dari ONIC ya, Max Aldo ya? Aldo kan? Itu gue yakin dia sangat ngebantu dari segi in-out-nya BTR sih. Itu paling ngaruh sih, yang mungkin kalian lihat BTR sekarang adalah hasil dari dia gitu. Itu yang benar-benar harus dipikirin kalau coach adalah bisa sengaruh itu kalau emang cocok.
Kalau emang cocok.
Bisa timnya jadi monster. Gue liat sih BTR udah monster banget ya.
BTR monster.
Sorizo sih udah step up-nya udah jauh banget. Jauh. Dulu gue liat Sorizo tuh kayak apa ya? Kayak cuma maju aja gitu, nggak tahu kapan mundur.
Kayak player offlane yang belum luar biasa lah.
Iya, belum.
Average.
Belum. Sekarang.
Soalnya gue juga denger Pis, katanya dia tuh sering nonton konten Dokter Antinet.
Ah gitu, balik lagi self-proclaim.
Enggak kan kemarin kan gue buka Instagram tuh. Terus ternyata tuh ada di eSport ID, Sorizo bilang dia nontonin Antinet. Siapa tahu kan bermanfaat ilmu gua. Alhamdulillah.
Mantap.
Udah, cukup. nanti bakal ada Sorizo sama ada Dixon juga ya. Jadi nanti dulu. Lanjut Riz.
Iya. Jadi emang Sorizo buat kita step up-nya tinggi banget sih, Jo. Dan dalam sebuah tim yang paling penting adalah romer sama XP.
Romer
paling
buat
penting.
meta sekarang ya.
Iya kan ini meta setuju kan.
Dari dulu juga.
Dari dulu.
Tapi romer XP sih.
8, 9, 10 tuh masih belum terlalu ini Max.
Karena yang kelihatan KDA.
Iya.
KDA ya.
Iya, sekarang
Gitu
tuh sekarang sangat ngaruh romer XP. Lu lihat tim yang kuat adalah romer XP kuat.
Ya, betul.
Pasti.
Setuju.
Semakin kuat XP sama romer, semakin kuat timnya. Karena benar-benar mereka yang mainin early-nya.
Benar.
Itu mereka banget. Nggak bisa lu kalau lo kayak gitu kayak gue nggak bilang siapa yang lama atau siapa yang kuat ya. Cuma kalau tim yang bawah pasti romer sama XP-nya agak-agak
goyah-goyah,
goyah-goyah ya. Agak nggak konsisten. Karena itu yang megang tim banget. Kayak kenapa BTR tuh udah pasti calon juara selama nggak ada faktor X.
Iya.
Gitu kuat banget sih.
Oke. Nih, idol Sorizo.
Malah begitu dong.
Mau berkata apa
Gue bukan self proclaim bro.
Iya, benar.
Sudah ada di Sport
Betul,
ID.
setuju, makanya
Boleh dikasih cuplikan ya ntar di ini.
Gak perlu. Kita percaya ya. Lu
kalau menurut gue ya,
Bigetron.
emang kan gue udah bilang tadi sebelumnya, tim yang kedatangan player yang mungkin ada dendam, bukan dendam lah, itu mungkin seakan-akan tim yang datang ke tim lain karena mungkin di tim sebelumnya nggak cocok, kayak misalkan gue udah sebutin tuh ada VYN, siapa lagi?
VYN, terus
Murphy sama satu lagi
Versi.
Itu menurut gue 3 tim yang harusnya sih jadi top sih. Untuk di season ini karena mereka, gue pun ngerasain waktu itu gue di ONIC pas gue pindah ke EVOS tuh gue ada kayak dendam sendiri.
Pelan-pelan kita lakukan hal yang besar seperti melakukan hal-hal yang di luar dari kebiasaan kita.
Setelah wajah kita sehat dan juga bersih, ini akan membantu kita supaya lebih percaya diri.
Dan kalau untuk wajah, andalan gue cuma satu.
Rangkaian Garnier Men Agnify dengan salicylic acid
Selalu ada di tas gue. Andalan gue sejak SMK. Gue merasa nyaman dan merasa bersih.
Giliran lo sekarang.
Say g'day to an epic Melbourne adventure.
Welcome on board.
Hop on a Qantas flight to Melbourne where you can uncover amazing experiences. There's timeless stories, little mates waiting to meet you, and places to fall in love with around every bend. From way up here to way down under. Start your Melbourne adventure with Qantas and we'll make sure it's the trip of a lifetime.
So what are you waiting for? Come and say g'day.
Ini mau bantai ONIC gitu loh. Dan gue membara. Rata-rata tuh tim yang player yang baru pindah ke tim lain, tapi tanpa rehat ya. Kan gue season 6 main, season 7 main juga di EVOS. Kalau rehat beda cerita. Kalau misalkan gak rehat itu biasa jadi strong banget itu orang.
Motivasi banget ya.
Contohnya juga Clover gitu. Dia pindah dari Aura, dia pindah ke EVOS, langsung jadi strong banget.
Langsung juara ya.
Walaupun
langsung
MDL.
juara.
Tapi MDL dulu gue.
Walaupun MDL tapi juara kan?
MDL-nya?
Iya.
Kalah.
Juara 2 ya? Juara 2?
Enggak.
Oh kalah?
Langsung pulang.
Langsung pulang. Tapi kan season 7-nya lu kuat nih.
Iya.
Kan udah biasa tapi.
Waduh.
Waduh. Jangan nih.
Iya kan? Udah nggak se-drop itu dong.
Nah, tapi gitulah menurut gue faktor VN gak usah dibahas-bahas terus lah ya. Karena udah terbukti lah. Dan emang bener sih yang kayak Clover bilang tadi. Emang XP ngaruh banget. Dan Sorizo menurut gue sangat-sangat luar biasa performanya.
Apa sih yang membedakan Sorizo kalau dulu dari POV XP lane ya?
Dia laningnya kuat, dia mandiri banget.
Oke.
Mandiri, dia tahu apa yang mau dia lakuin, dia nggak kalah move. Rata-rata XP tuh bisa kalah move. Kayak kemarin contoh kita nonton ESL, ONIC lawan EVOS ya, ONIC lawan atau RRQ ya. Pokoknya ada yang XP laner tuh kalah move karena diduain sama Cloud sama Grok. Siapa ya?
Ya itulah.
Grok, lupa gue.
Ya pokoknya XP-nya kalah move. Kalau Sorizo tuh udah diduain atau apa tuh dia ngerti cara mainnya. Yang penting dia di team fight ada, di split push juga ada gitu loh. Jadi dimanapun ada gitu.
Bisa memposisikan banget ya.
Bisa memposisikan dia punya makro lah.
Iya, iya.
Di war sama di split push gue lihat.
Oke.
Tapi poin terpentingnya kayaknya emang XP laner Bigetron itu selalu ini ya, selalu dapat poin plus lah.
Dari zaman Ripo
Dari
juga.
zaman Ripo, makanya kayak dari zaman Ripo aja mereka tuh kuat di XP, tapi mungkin kadang ada beberapa lane yang bolong. Cuma buat season ini kayaknya bolongnya tuh dikit banget.
Hampir nggak ada.
Sebenarnya dari awal season 7 BTR emang kan gue udah pernah bilang ya di MP Show ya kalau BTR tuh nggak pernah minus di XP. XP-nya selalu ada terus.
Selalu terisi lah ya.
Selalu nilai plusnya tuh XP-nya gitu.
Oke, BTR ya kita lihat aja apakah masih bisa konsisten atau enggak ya dengan performa mereka sekarang kan. Kita lanjut ke derby STM, rivalnya berarti yaitu Alter Ego yang hasilnya sangat-sangat 180 derajat dari memuaskan ya.
Waduh Gus. Waduh Gus.
Ada dua teammate-nya di sini. Alter Ego kalah dari Bigetron dan juga Rebellion masing-masing 2-0 dan 2-1 kan. Rek pun akhirnya setelah penantian panjang kita tunggu kan kayak, kapan nih ada satu streamer aja anti-match pasang thumbnail Rek terus tapi belum main-main Reknya gitu.
Emang iya Max?
Emang iya Max?
Gak main-main ya.
Dan ini Rek full main. Rek full main terus muncul juga draft aneh yang lumayan dejavu yaitu Uranus
Romer. Absolutely crazy.
Jadi gimana menurut kalian performa Alter Ego untuk week pertama ini ya kita sudah lihat semua sih kayak ya mereka lemah banget, mereka hancur-hancuran tapi apa sih yang menjadi titik lemah AE untuk week pertama ini? Mungkin dari KB dulu deh.
Waduh ini sebetulnya kalau ngomongin Alter Ego kan yang ngepredik tuh minggu lalu Kolius sama R7 ya kan.
Iya.
Dan gue tidak bisa mendinai hal tersebut karena memang ekspektasi Alter Ego tuh gede banget. Alter Ego ini tim yang ya kayak Max sering bilang lah tim yang gak bisa ditebak. Tapi nggak tahu kenapa.
Ini nggak bisa ditebak.
Itu dia maksud gue. Kalau Alter Ego ngelawan tim yang mereka merasa tim ini tuh levelnya di bawah mereka. Mereka tuh kayak kebawa gameplaynya sama tim tersebut, ngerti gak sih?
Oke.
Yang gue lihat sih kayak gitu. Tapi gue gak tahu itu bahasanya lebih cocoknya underestimate atau apa.
Gak punya pendirian.
Sorry Be, tapi si R7 sama Kolius ngomong apa? Expect-nya apa ke Alter Ego? Kemarin kan gue nggak ada.
Enggak sih, cuma mention Alter Ego aja.
Baik
gak ada,
atau
gak ada
buruk?
ekspektasi.
Oh, nggak ada ekspektasi.
Gak ada ekspektasi. Top 4 kan lebih tepatnya.
Masuk
mereka
top 4 ya?
top 4.
Mereka di top 4 kan, Alter Ego. Nah, ngomongin Alter Ego lagi, gue gak tahu sih kalau ngomongin Uranus Romer, yang gue lihat ya mereka tuh kayak pengen memanfaatkan Uranus yang sekarang ini lagi jadi rebutan lah di patch baru. Tapi kebetulan caranya menurut gue nggak efisien lah, karena Uranus kan butuh level. Regennya aja kan by level kan meningkatnya. Jadi kayak kalau dengan Romer yang lu tuh pasti levelnya paling rendah, lu tuh udah pasti duitnya paling sedikit, kayaknya nggak efektif menurut gue untuk Romer. Kalau jungler kayaknya masih oke kan kemarin Super Chen bawa tuh Uranus jungler. Nah, tapi di sudut pandang lain selain Rek yang gue lihat, Chelly Boy selama 2 kali main kemarin gue lihat dia tuh bener-bener main kill for fun. Gak ada objektif sama sekali.
Mode ranked lah ya.
Dan gue sangat menyayangkan hal tersebut.
Oke.
Gue sangat menyayangkan hal ketika Pai udah set up, Rek udah set up, Udil udah ngepok damage, keluar ulti segala macem. Tapi ada beberapa hal yang membuat Chelly Boy ini ketika dapetin point kill, tapi dia nggak dapetin objektif trade. Ya entah itu Turtle, Lord, atau bahkan turret gitu loh. Sehingga ngebuat Alter Ego ya mereka tuh selalu susah buat mendekat ke arah kemenangan karena emang itu target mereka mungkin kill objektifnya itu udah cukup gitu loh. Sementara ya balik lagi di game tuh banyak banget. Ada tower, ada base, ada Lord juga. Yang dimana itu juga perlu diperhatikan.
Benar.
Menurut gue mungkin sampai nanti ketemu solusinya ya. Alter Ego tuh bener-bener harus mikirin gimana cara mereka eksekusi objektifnya dulu deh.
Oke.
Itu aja paling.
Oke. Dari lu.
Kalau dari gua sebenarnya KB udah banyak ngomong tentang in game-nya ya. Jadi kalau dari gua ya kan temen gua satu sahabat gua lah.
Sahabat lu buat Max.
Best of friend tuh ya. Best of friend tuh di Jepang. Menurut gua.
Alright.
Gustian kan pernah ngomong di stream. Dia ngomong RBL, gaji gue 100 juta. Udah fix top 3 dia bilang kan.
Emang iya?
Iya ada.
Ada ngomong di stream. Gue harap di week depan sih lu bisa buktiin omongan lu tersebut sih.
Waduh.
Karena dia sendiri yang ngomong. Semoga week depan dibuktiin.
Gak dengar,
karena gue kan gue support temen gue juga gitu loh. Jadi semoga aja netizen mungkin yang lagi menggoreng-goreng 100 juta RBL lawan RBL-nya aja kalah, lu bisa buktiin gitu di week depan lu bantai
Pembuktian
semua.
lah ya.
Pembuktian.
Tapi sebenarnya top 3 kalau misalkan klasmennya dibalik.
Gak salah.
Itu baru salah.
Gak salah. Tapi itu sarkas.
Mindset.
Ya kalau dibalik fakta ya.
Benar.
Gue harap intinya lu bisa buktiin omongan lu tersebut lah. That's all.
Dari lu sebagai ex-teammate juga?
Gua lumayan gimana ya? Gua nggak tahu kenapa. Mungkin Gustian masih nyari hero aman mungkin ya. Itu hero yang di pick dari kemarin tuh hero yang dia pakai biasanya.
Dari season sebelum pas dia main.
Sebelum dia pensi juga hero-nya itu aja gitu kayak Hilda, Uranus ya bonus pick lah. Bonus pick. Angela
ada di pick tapi Udil.
Ya, tapi udah edit gitu kan kayak hero yang biasa dia pakai. Mungkin dia masih belum berani untuk kayak make.
Yuk kenal lebih dekat dengan Unlimited Hosting. Layanan hosting kualitas tinggi dengan harga terjangkau. Mulai dari 10.000 per bulan, kamu bisa dapat semua fitur unlimited. Dapatkan kapasitas penyimpanan memori dan jumlah konsumsi transfer data atau bandwidth yang maksimal. Performa website cepat dan stabil. Unlimited hosting sepenuhnya didukung oleh Lightspeed. Selain itu, ada Cloudflare dengan teknologi Content Delivery Network yang sangat membantu menjaga uptime rate dan latensi akses website. Perlindungan penuh dari malware protection Immunify 360. Cegah virus dan malware dari berbagai sumber. Lokasi server Niaga Hoster ada di dalam dan luar negeri. Tampilan dan pengelolaan hosting dirancang khusus agar gampang dipelajari, bahkan oleh pemula sekalipun. Konfigurasi server sepenuhnya dibantu oleh Niaga Hoster. Pengguna bisa fokus pada pengembangan website. Dapatkan domain dan SSL gratis. Customer service tim kami telah dilatih secara khusus untuk mengatasi semua masalah hosting. Pengguna bisa bertanya apapun, kapanpun. Segera kunjungi www.niagahoster.co.id dan mulai bikin website untuk personal, bisnis, maupun komunitas. Bangun sukses online-mu, upgrade sekarang.
Halo para gamers, hari gini masih bingung mau top up di mana? Diiming-imingi harga murah, ternyata penipuan. Duh, jangan sampai deh. Orastar punya solusinya. Orastar melayani top up games, isi pulsa, voucher game, e-wallet, bahkan ada token listrik PLN loh. Cara ordernya simple banget. Lengkapi data kalian sesuai panduan di website, lakukan pembayaran, tunggu 1 hingga 3 detik, selesai deh. Selain itu, Orastar juga sering mengadakan promo dan giveaway menarik untuk kalian semua. Mau top up, di Orastar aja. Untuk info lebih lanjut, just mampir ke Instagram Arastar @arastar atau websitenya www.arastar.com.
Hero-hero yang lagi meta sekarang gitu. Gue masih menantikan dia pakai hero itu. Karena gue baru bisa lihat dia benar-benar udah siap belum mesin ini. Kan gimana pun ketika kita walaupun udah pensi tapi kita mau masuk MPL, kita harus siap.
Benar.
Ikutin meta. Tapi di sini gue liat Gustian, gue nggak tahu takut atau apa ya. Tapi dia kayak belum seberani itu loh buat nunjukin kalau dia mampu gitu. Walaupun ya dia dikatain mesin tua gitu kan. Cuma gue yakin harusnya Gustian masih bisa buat buktiin kalau dia nggak setua itulah, nggak ngaruh lah tua mah, yang penting masih pede jarinya mah, aman-aman aja.
Walaupun dia sebenarnya udah coba loh untuk ngikutin meta, dia kan ada Pikaja.
Iya.
Ada, tapi agak
ada hasil.
Nah ya, tapi agak kurang gitu kan. Mungkin dia di stream dia sering spam Chow, iya kan? Kufra juga, Franco, banyak gitu loh. Gue nggak ngerti kenapa gitu. Gue alasannya apa gue nggak tahu karena gue bukan di AE. Tapi balik gue juga setuju kata KB di mana Chili Boy ini dari season berapa ya? Gue pernah lihat ya Be ya. Ada momen dia lawan siapa gitu lagi MPL. Dia pilih kill daripada Lord. Gara-gara itu dia jadi kalah. Ada momennya gue lupa lawan siapa.
Bahkan waktu season 10 kalau nggak salah ingat ya.
Season 10 ya?
Yang nggak tahu season 10 apa season 9 gue lupa. Esmeraldanya R7 tuh nyuri Lord cuma pakai selendang selepet udah.
Iya.
Dari yang winning conditionnya Altrigo leading 8.000 tuh kebalik gamenya. Itu menurut gua fatal banget sih.
Nah itu gue nggak tahu, mungkin Celi Boy prete mungkin emang killing machine karena kan
kill terbanyak di MPL datanya emang gitu.
Kill terbanyak.
Apa nilai dia seperti itu kan? Dia kill terbanyak. Apakah terbawa gengsi itu atau emang dia buta ini aja objektif? Padahal sebenarnya kalau kita dalam professional player ya, objektif lebih penting lah daripada kill.
Betul.
Kita nggak peduli kill sebelumnya kalau game kalah buat apa.
Benar.
Sama mungkin satu lagi kali ya, Alter Ego yang gua lihat kemarin ngejalanin job desk-nya secara maksimal tuh Pai. Udah dia bener-bener zoning marksman, dia so far main atau jalanin tugas yang emang dia banget. Nino ketutupan segala macem itu, wah menurut gua masih perlu banyak yang dieval lah buat Alter Ego. Karena bener-bener yang gua lihat yang gamenya jalan tuh Pai doang, udah.
Tapi gue setuju sih, Pai sih setiap season selalu
konsisten.
Selalu
dia ranked sama live stream tuh ya. Pokoknya live stream sama di prosin
beda banget.
Beda banget. Kontradiktif banget.
Dia mah ada jiwa entertainment ya, Be. Dia setiap streaming selalu ngelawak.
Makanya cocok di Alter Ego.
Wah,
banyak topengnya.
Tapi yang dulu juga Nino agak ini ya, walaupun dia kayak terkena clover kayak dia.
Flicker ke depan.
Gue liat nih ya, ada Hais juga kenapa ada virus clover dia? Karena gue tonton ya. Ngaruh aku tonton, kayak season kemarin gak ada ya.
Gak ada.
Jangan gitu Pis, ntar orang lihat lu makin rendah lagi Pis ya.
Gak apa-apa. Kalau
berdamai.
Misalnya gue murni, gue banyak pikiran dan gue emang bodoh aja gitu.
Oh jadi lu gak mau mereka gitu juga gitu ya?
Ya gue gak mau lah, kan kalian masih muda gitu loh.
Tapi
pikirin apa?
Tapi gue gak setuju. Tapi gue setuju soal ini.
Kenapa?
Menurut gue jadi jatuhnya standar ganda dong. Masa Clover ngelakuin itu, dia dihujat ya kan. Tapi orang lain ngelakuin itu kayak ya udah kita buta aja. Diem aja gitu, itu standar ganda dong jatuhnya.
Ya nggak apa, gue sebenarnya fine aja Be, karena gue juga slow aja gitu.
Gak baper lah ya,
nggak baper. Gue udah biasa juga dikatain sama Max juga udah sering gitu.
Udah dong bisa gitu.
Iya.
Jadi tinggal tunggu aja salah satu dari sini yang duluan ke prosin ya. Habis itu kita baca di sini ya.
Ya maksud gue kalian harusnya lebih pede lagi lah. Ya gue yang gue lihat sih. Ternyata lucu juga ya. Lucu juga ya.
Lu udah mulai paham kan kenapa?
Gue mulai, tapi sebenarnya dari awal gue main gue juga agak bodoh itu. Cuma jangan sampai kalian tuh ini adalah momen kalian gitu. Sekarang lu benar-benar seru banget.
Dimanfaatkan mungkin ya.
Dimanfaatkan kalian benar-benar harus step up untuk lebih tinggi lagi. Standarnya lebih tinggi lagi.
Benar, apalagi bakal M series goalsnya kan.
Wah,
betul sekali.
Ini M series gue yakin ini jauh MPL terseru yang pernah gue tonton.
Terus ini pertama kalinya MPL banyak breaknya nggak sih?
Banyak
Dua kali men. Dua kali break dan itu update gede lagi Septembernya. Untuk satu ESL, yang kedua untuk ESF nanti 2 minggu kan kalau nggak salah.
Oh ada breaknya juga ntar?
Ada breaknya lagi. Keren. Makanya itu udah mah breaknya lama, goalsnya M series. Jadi kayak wah itu semua.
Turnamen makin seru ya.
Turnamen udah kayak wah profesional league abis nih. Sudah break-breaknya.
Iya makanya jangan lupa nonton di stream kita. Langsung aja ke channel Max lah.
Gua kira nonton MPL-nya ya kan.
Bukan MPL lah Max.
Bukan MPL. Karena Max karena.
Karena ya ditandain nih. Oke, kita lanjut deh ke tim selanjutnya yaitu Sang Raja. Yang sebelum MPL mulai itu banyak lah, maksudnya kayak hampir mayoritas orang-orang yang nonton yang kita juga bahas kalau RRQ ini kemungkinan bakal struggling dan underperform kan. Karena ya kita lihatnya dari data juga dari mereka di Hero, gak lolos, di ESL juga gak lolos. Tapi di week pertama ini ternyata menggila banget. Dengan bersih 3 laga dan salah satunya melawan ONIC loh. Yang notabene-nya kayak baru balik dari MSC, lagi gila-gilanya.
Habis juara juga.
Habis juara
Monster.
juga. Tuh. Dan menurut kalian deh, gimana performa RRQ kemarin tuh? Apakah udah bener-bener comeback-nya RRQ, bentuk terbaiknya, atau justru masih bisa lebih maksimal lagi? Dari Max deh.
Untuk RRQ ya?
Untuk RRQ.
Sebenarnya RRQ ini adalah tim yang hampir semua orang tuh expect dia dangerous, di posisi dangerous, tapi ternyata luar biasa gitu loh Jo. Kalau gue lihatnya sih, mereka punya meta sendiri ya. Contohnya si Versik, dia pakai Baxia terus. Padahal nggak ada tim di luar sana pakai Baxia gitu loh. Dan Versik ini, tim RRQ lebih tepatnya, mereka menunjukkan bahwa sekarang tuh bukan meta assassin. Maksudnya meta tank tuh juga masih ada di atas sana gitu loh.
Ya.
Ini RRQ itu yang membuktikan. Dan emang kalau kita lihat kemarin di ESL juga, itu tim-tim Filipina juga banyak yang pakai tank jungler. Jadi emang menurut gua mungkin Assassin tuh dilebih-lebihkan banget untuk di MPL Season 12 ini ya. Karena tank jungler masih bisa. Dan untuk playernya yang paling step up, Banana. Dari season lalu sampai ke season sekarang berbeda banget. Bahkan pas gua nobar sama Mas Valdi, gua harus mengakui gitu loh. Bahwa Banana tuh memang explainer yang sangat luar biasa. Jago banget, pakai Pakito jago, pakai apalagi Grok juga ya Grok lumayan lah, jago lah. Cuman Pakitonya ini yang wah ini apakah gue melihat R7? Terus
B7.
Ya, gue kucuk mata lagi, Banana ternyata.
Waduh.
Segila itu Banana untuk di match kemarin melawan ONIC. Sama satu lagi sih, Skillar. Kalau Skillar nggak usah dibahas lah, karena dari...
gue udah sampai ya. Berminyak, kusam, belang lagi. Jadi gak pede. Kenapa ya? Padahal cuma di ruangan. Kalau keluar juga ketutup pakaian.
Soalnya debu, polusi, dan sinar UV ada di mana-mana.
Kok bisa dengar suara hati gua?
Ya bisa lah. Lihat tuh di belakang lo. Apalagi di luar. Pakai ini biar tercerahisasi. Bersihin muka pakai Men's Biore Bright Oil Clear. Lanjut pakai Biore UV Aqua Rich. Gak bikin abu-abu, gak lengket, muka cerah dan terlindungi dari sinar UV. Jadi makin pede dan siap tampil awesome. Jadi bagian dari cerahisasi. Dengan kasih perlindungan lebih, pakai Men's Biore Bright Oil Clear dan Biore UV Aqua Rich.
きるこの秘密だけは愛してるって嘘で積むキャリアこれこそ私なりの愛だ流れる汗も綺麗なアクアルビーを隠したこのまぶた歌い踊り舞う私はマリアそう嘘はとびきりの愛だ誰かに愛されたことも誰かのこと愛したこともないそんな私の嘘がいつか本当になることいつかきっと全部手に入れる私はそう欲張りなアイドルとしたいでみんなのことちゃんと愛したいから今日も嘘をつくのこの言葉がいつか本当になる日を願ったそれでもまた君と君にだけは言えずにいたけどあやっと言えたこれは絶対嘘じゃない愛してる
Kemarin-kemarin pun emang
Konsisten.
Cloud nomor 1 di dunia. Gue nggak pernah meragukan skiller kecuali mungkin dia pakai one kayak waktu itu atau apa. Cuman ya memang skiller dia paling konsisten. Jadi menurut gue yang paling step up ya si Banana ini sih. Berbeda banget dari sebelumnya sampai sekarang.
Oke.
Sama ditambah lagi Versik yang seperti gue awal bilang, tim player yang pindah tim karena dia nggak dipakai di tim lamanya. Itu percaya gue guys, teori gue. Itu tim yang player yang kayak gitu 100% season depannya jago banget.
Oke, 100% ya?
100%.
Karena udah motivated banget.
Motivated banget.
Ada dendam lah ya.
Iya, ada dendam pribadi lah. Kan dia nggak dimainin di tim lamanya.
Dari lu gimana, Pis? Nilai Raki?
Kalau dari gue, yang paling gue nilai bagus tuh, emang Banana bagus nih.
Yeah.
Tapi lu lupa satu, Max.
Naomi, setuju.
Naomi itu, kenapa gue bilang Naomi bagus? Karena dia bisa nyimbangin Versik. Sepengetahuan gue, Versik itu emang dari dulu punya gameplay sendiri.
Iya.
Nabrak. Iya nggak, Max? Kita bilang ya, bilang, chill sabar gitu loh. Dia tuh maunya gas terus. Mungkin itu adalah salah satu kenapa dia selalu pakai tank jungler. Dia pakai Baxia, nabrak. Pakai Fredrin lebih galak lagi. Nah, itu. Jadi gue liat justru di sini adalah roamernya yang diuji sama midnya. Dia harus ngikutin Versik. Ternyata emang terbukti Naomi sama Clay
Barbar juga dulunya.
Barbar juga. Apalagi Naomi. Wah, Naomi sih gue akuin otaknya sih serem sih.
Tapi Naomi masih ya berhubungan dengan Falcon juga kan, yang emang gamenya tabrak juga kan.
Emang game.
Jadi connect banget. Connect
ya?
emang early.
Oh,
Iya.
pantas.
Zaya, Naomi itu emang makanya kayaknya pemikirannya sama.
Oh, kok sih juga dari Falcon? Pantesan. Itu kenapa gue lihat, kita lihat GC RRQ kayak buka tim baru. Kayak emang tim aja gitu, emang udah jadi gitu.
RRQ melakukan hal RRQ gitu.
Iya gitu, emang udah
agresif.
Iya, emang tetap agresif. Jadi menurut gue RRQ nih emang pintar ya, mereka pilih playernya juga ya agresif. Versik yang kita lihat, dia nggak main 1 season ya berarti ya, kemarin ya?
1 season full nggak main.
Ada main sekali kayaknya. Main
Evos?
sekali, iya kayaknya ada deh.
Tapi
Ada deh.
kayaknya
ada lawan BTR.
Ada kan? Ada.
Oh, iya.
Dia ada main cuma sekali. Tapi RRQ berani untuk ngambil decision buat ngambil Versik. Itu gue bener kayak RRQ keren banget sih. Dia ngelihat potensial Versik yang mungkin di mana dulu setuju dia bantai-bantai kayak pakai Benedetta. Ya kan? Bantai-bantai banget dia, maju sana, maju sini.
Dan mungkin juga ya RRQ tuh ngelihat kalau dia tuh udah ngambil si Falcon punya tank Naomi. Oh, gameplaynya barbar. Wah, kalau diambil Versik,
bener.
Menyatu itu 2 early game itu loh. Jadi mereka tuh ngambil player tuh nggak ngasal satu-satu piece. Mereka mikir gitu. Oh, ini kalau dikomboin gimana nih gitu.
Makanya gue nih bagus banget. Jadi emang manajemen RRQ itu terbukti mikirnya tuh juara. Jadi kayak wah, gue kayak salut sih. Gue awalnya nggak ngeh tuh. Kenapa dia bilang Versik? Kenapa dia bilang Naomi gitu? Gue nggak tahu.
Ternyata masuk.
Pas gue lihat gameplaynya, pantesan. Sekarang siapa lagi berani pick Natalia Romer selain Naomi? Nggak ada. Naomi kan Natalia nabrak banget.
Iya benar.
Kayak benar-benar. Jadi selain Banana emang step up banget dan skill sama Clay emang jago, ditambah Romnya Naomi dan Versik nabrak. skillernya pasti enak banget.
Skillernya makin gila
Makin
lagi kan.
gila
Kalau kita
lagi.
lihat main momen sampai
ngepok
maju
ya?
ke depannya 1 lawan 3.
Waduh.
Waduh.
Kalau udah trio midnya galak, wah kalau udah enak banget, bebas kemana jalannya bebas. Pasti. Kalau udah emang gaya mainnya kayak gitu kan.
Tapi emang berarti yang harus di note ini manajemen anarki bagus banget, Bis.
Oh, iya.
Kenapa?
Gua
Dia tuh bukan ngambil nih player bagus ambil, player bagus ambil. Dia nggak gitu. Otak
생존 가방 하나로 얼마나 살아남을 수 있을까? 재난 문자 온 날 뭐 하셨어요?
너무 깜짝 놀랐어. 핸드폰이 켰는데 재난 문자가 와 있어서
경찰서 앞으로 갔어요. 아, 경찰서 앞으로 가셨어요? 이 생존 가방으로 어떻게 살아남을 수 있을지 테스트를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 누구나 궁금해하는 것들의 해답을 찾아 떠나는 호기심 자유! 벌써 4번째 촬영이 됐는데요. 오늘의 주제는 바로 이겁니다! 저희가 조금 지난 일이지만 한번 재난 문자로 시끌벅적했잖아요. 저는 그때 라식을 한 지 얼마 안 됐어서 핸드폰이 안 보이는 거예요. 무심코 올렸던 기억이 나는데 그렇다면 저 지금 여기 없었겠죠, 여러분? 안 돼요! 찾아보니까 많은 분들께서 생존 가방을 꾸려야겠다라는 이야기를 하셨는데 생존 가방이 대체 뭐지? 어떻게 만들어야 되는 거지? 라는 생각이 들어서 제가 한번 직접 구매를 해봤습니다.
이렇게 짐을 실장 싸셨대요.
아! 진짜로 대피 짐을 싸보고 계셨대요.
카톡 보낸 사람들이 있어요.
어머. 누구야? 지금 밖에 뭔가 일어난 것 같은데 이렇게 된 거 그냥 말할게. 나 너 좋아해. 하고 이제 정정 문자 오고 갑자기 8시 21분에 서울시랑 나랑 기획한 기습 만우절. 이라고 하셨네요. 아, 진짜 이런 일이 있었겠네요. 귀여운 해프닝도 있었는데 다른 분들은 과연 어떤 걸 하셨을지 생존 가방에 관련된 인터뷰를 해보겠습니다. 가보실까요? 슈! 호기심 자유! 그럼 생존 가방에 어떤 게 있는지 제가 지금부터 한번 봐보도록 하겠습니다. 와! 아하! 귀여워! 일단 가장 중요한 거 안전모가 있고요. 오! 구조선수단! 아! 심낭이야. 뭐가 진짜 많다. 와, 이렇게 많이 들어있었다고? 네, 이렇게 들어있습니다. 인터뷰하실 분 있으신가요? 인터뷰하실 분! 안녕하세요. 혹시 재난 문자 온 날 뭐 하셨어요?
저 놀라가지고 경찰서 앞으로 갔어요.
아, 경찰서 앞으로 가셨어요?
네, 별거 아니라고 방에 있으라고 하더라고요.
친구분은 뭐 하셨어요?
잤습니다.
아, 주무셨어요? 그럼 혹시 이게 뭐일 것 같으세요?
할머니 할아버지들이 파는 그런 거 같아요.
약간 보부상 가방 마냥? 그게 아니라 바로 저의 생존 가방에서 나온 물품들이었는데요. 이것 중에 어떤 게 필요 없을 것 같고 이것 중에 어떤 게 필요할 것 같으신지.
라이터 필요 없을 것 같습니다.
왜요?
폭발 사고가 있어요.
굉장히 예리하시네요.
검정고시 겨우 합격했어요.
합격한 게 어디예요? 왜 친구분?
얘는 아직 못 봤거든요.
몇 살이세요?
18살.
누나라고 불러, 얘들아! 나 20살이다.
아, 그래요?
그러면 양초나 세면도구 필요할 것 같으세요?
원래 안 씻어가지고 필요 없을 것 같아요.
물도 안 씻고 왔거든요.
이런. 재난 문자가 왔을 때 어떻게 하고 계셨나요?
전쟁 나는 꿈을 제가 너무 깜짝 놀랐어. 핸드폰이 켰는데 재난 문자가 와 있어서 이거 진짜 큰일 났다.
큰일 났다.
했는데 너무 조용한 거예요. 집도 조용하고
맞아. 고요했죠.
이게 뭐야? 하고 다시 잤어요.
다시 잤어요. 잘하셨습니다. 그래서 혹시 이 중에 필요해 보이는 것과 필요 없어 보이는 거 있나요?
자는 거, 먹는 거 이런 거는 다 필요한 거 같아요.
이거 필요 없을 것 같으세요?
아니, 너무 커요.
그래요? 이 세면도구는?
그거
필요 없어요? 나랑 엄청 다르시네, 다들. 이따 생존을 해야 하는 저에게 한마디만 해주신다면?
본인만 생각하고 남 버리고.
나만 생각하고 나를 우선적으로 챙겨라. 안녕하세요. 인터뷰 혹시 가능하세요? 자기소개 한 번씩 부탁드립니다.
해병대 근무 중인 유재현이라고 합니다.
저도 해병대 근무 중인 박민석이라고 합니다.
이건 저의 생존 가방인데요. 이 중에 필요 없을 것 같다 싶은 거 있으세요?
이거는 뭐예요?
창문 깰 수도 있고 벨트 자를 수도 있고.
필요 없어요.
이거 필요 없어요? 사실 저도 그렇게 생각해요.
호루라기도 필요 없어요.
왜요? 건물이 무너졌어요. 말도 못하는 상황인데 이거라도 호로로로. 오케이, 여기 두겠습니다.
키트.
아니, 이거
키트는 진짜 필요 없어요.
왜요?
키트 대신 차라리
작업장갑 하나 있는 게
오, 그 정도면은 나는 살아남을 수 있다. 나는 해병대니까.
연약한 사람들이나 이런 건 쓰는
어머, 저 연약합니다. 네. 넣어주세요.
이건 넣고
제가 이거 곧 실험하러 가는데 꼭 해주고 싶은 조언 하나 있으세요?
강한 정신력.
강한
변하지 않는 다이아몬드처럼 강한 정신력만 있으면
오.
살아남을 수 있습니다.
안 맞으시는데? 선임이. 오, 감사합니다.
이거 입 막는 거야.
근데
근데 어떡해.
맞아요, 연기.
근데 입는 옷으로 가리면 될까 봐.
이게 필요 없어요?
그냥 옷 적셔서.
옷 적셔서? 혹시 한국에 있을 때 재난 문자 받으셨나요? 며칠 전에?
받았어요.
받으셨죠? 그때 어떠셨어요?
좀 놀랐어요. 솔직히 말하면 좀 짜증났어요.
짜증났어요? 괜찮아요, 솔직하게.
네, 그거 새벽에 했으니까 조금.
맞죠. 시끄러워서 짜증나셨구나.
캐나다에서 이런 거 많이 안.
진짜요? 그럼
일어나자마자 받았으니까 좀 놀랐어요.
진짜.
저는 중국 사람이에요.
진짜.
룸메이트는 베트남 사람. 이거 안 받은데요. 근데 제 룸메이트가 받았어요.
진짜. 한국에 있을 때 재난 문자 받으셨어요?
아직 안 받았어요.
안 받았어요?
네.
받으셨어요? 꼭 필요할 것 같은 추가 용품 같은 게 있나요? 물?
콜라.
에너지바.
통조림 같은 거.
통조림.
식량, 비상식량.
비상식량. 다용도 칼이요? 호기심, 자연, 이 생존 가방으로 어떻게 살아남을 수 있을지, 얼마나 살아남을 수 있을지 제가 한번 테스트를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 렛츠 고! 일단 난 이게 가장 중요하다고 생각하는데 왜 자꾸 필요 없다는 건지 모르겠어. 호기심, 자연, 파이팅! 이게 뭐야? 무서워요.
국민 여러분, 여기는 국민안전처 민방위 경보 통제소입니다. 실제 공습 경보를 발령합니다.
공습 경보 발생. 신자유는 생존 준비를 시작해주세요.
어떡해?
첫 번째, 상처를 치료하시고.
개인적으로 뒤처리를 잘한 거 봐요. 화재 위험이 있으니까 과연 바닥 처리를 어떻게 할 것인가.
신자유 상황. 첫 번째, 상처를 치료하시고.
이거 칠하라고? 나 없어. 여기 앉아도 돼요? 앉아도 되겠지? 앉아도 되겠지? 앉으라고 깔아두신 거겠지? 무서워.
신자유 상황. 신자유님 사망하셨습니다.
왜?
빠른 대처를 하지 않으시니 바로 사망하게 됩니다.
안 돼. 이게 뭐야? 나 여기 약간 약 같은 건 없었던 것 같은데. 할 수 있어. 순서를 모르겠어. 가사나수소수를 멸균까지 닦고. 상처가 없어졌어. 지혈.
소독을 하고 지혈을 하기 때문에 조금 효율성이 떨어질 수 있지만 그래도 잘하고 있는 것 같아요.
몰라. 혼자 하니까 어렵다.
저기 테이프만 감아주는 것만도 사실 압박 효과가 있어요. 피가 나면 압박 효과가 있어요. 지금 생각보다.
압박이 완벽하게 된 것 같다.
신자유 생존.
사망이라고 하실까봐 무서웠다.
두 번째, 체온 유지를 하십시오.
내 은박지!
급격하게 떨어지는 상황입니다.
아유 좋아 이게 잘했어. 그래도 어쨌든.
이거 어떡해!
신자유 생존하였습니다. 세 번째, 정전 상황입니다. 정전 상황, 불을 밝히시오.
라이터 어디 갔지? 언니! 어떡해! 제발 이곳에 가스가 없었길 바라며.
촉구가 키면 심지가 어느 정도 있고 주변 밝게 해주면 체온 유지에 도움이 돼.
무서워 이거. 불이 위험한데?
대신 저거 뒷처리를 잘한 거 봐야 돼. 화재 위험이 있으니까 과연 바닥 처리를 어떻게 할 것인가.
잠깐 안돼 채연아 이거 좀 위험해. 여기 불 나면 나 살 수 없으니까.
그렇지.
여기 소화기 있겠지?
생자유 생존하였습니다. 네 번째 미션입니다. 1일치 식량으로 살아남으십시오.
끄면 죽을 거 아니에요?
죽지, 저 죽죠.
불 꺼서 죽었어요? 아 불 이거 쓰러질까 봐. 아 제발 죄송해요. 불 꺼서 죽었어!
네 번째 미션은 1일치 식량으로 살아남으십시오. 현재 에너지가 떨어진 상태입니다.
지는 않는데 좋지 않은 선택이야. 그럼 초코바를 꺼냈어 지금. 목이 더 마른데지 않아. 우리 저 초코바 같은 거 아직 안 먹었어.
생자유 생존하였습니다.
와 라면이랑 초코바 같이 먹으니까 맛이 없잖아요.
다섯 번째 상황은 화생방 상황입니다. 화생방 상황에서 살아남으십시오.
이거 어떡해! 안마야!
생자유 상황하였습니다.
내 입마개 수건 어디 갔어? 아까 그 사람들이 빼서 없는 거예요? 아니 근데 입던 옷으로 가리면 된다 봐. 이거 필요 없어요? 네. 옷 적셔서? 그거 필요하다고 그랬는데 제가 입 막는 수건.
마스크 안 되고.
생자유 상황하였습니다. 화생방에서 마스크로 살아남을 수 없습니다. 마지막 상황입니다.
어때 이미 죽었는데.
오늘 하룻밤을 버틸 수 있는 준비를 하십시오.
일단 라디오 켜야 돼 이거. 진짜 죽을지도 몰라요.
이거 지도해 준 것 같은데?
기온이 급격히 떨어지고 있는 상황입니다.
우와.
본능적으로 잘하는 것 같아. 무조건 살아남을 것 같아.
누구야?
이렇게 하룻밤이 지나고 죽지 않으면 생존하였습니다. 사랑했습니다.
호기심 자유. 안녕하세요.
반갑습니다. 여러분들, 저는 생존을 교육하고 콘텐츠를 만드는데 잠을 하고 있는 김종대로 합니다. 반갑습니다. 인사드리겠습니다.
생존하는 거 지켜보셨잖아요.
네.
전체적으로 어떠셨나요?
깜짝 놀랐습니다. 이렇게 신속하게 본능적으로 대응하는 사람 쉽지 않아요. 성인 중에도. 군에 갔다 온 남자도 사실 쉽지 않은데 아까 응급처치하는 거 굉장히 능숙하게 잘했고요. 약간 순서를 조금 바꾼다고 하면 더 효율적이에요. 피가 날 경우에 지혈을 우선적으로
먼저
해주죠.
하고 해주고.
그다음 세척을 할 수 있으면 물을 이용해 세척하고 그다음 나중에 소독약으로 해주고 바세린 같은 경우는 상처 보호를 더 해줄 수 있어요. 바세린을 발라주기 때문에 외부 감염을 막을 수 있고 아니면 이런 거즈 같은 거 대주면 좋은데 거즈가 없을 경우에는 여성분들에게 생리대 있죠?
네.
여성분들 생리대가 되게 중요합니다. 이 안쪽 패드 같은 거 상처 부분에 아까 소독이 끝나고 감이 끝나면 이렇게 한 번 더 감아주면 압박 효과가 돼서 응급처치 진짜 끝나는 거죠. 꼭 재난 상황이 아니더라도 불피운 용도로 쓸 수 있습니다. 이 소음을 이용해서 불을 피우게 되면 상당히 쉽게 불 키워내는 불소 시기가 됩니다. 자, 예를 들어서
혹시 파이어 스틱 있으신가요?
한번 해보자고.
안 돼요?
해보자. 자, 좀 긁어서 가루를 만들고 확 긁은 거예요.
네.
가루를 써서 느끼. 그렇지. 가루를 좀 기다려. 그렇지, 기다려서. 오케이, 기다려. 불 붙었죠.
우와.
나도 정글에 오지 빨리 들어가야 됩니다. 생존 프로그램 빨리 들어가야 돼. 역시, 야. 생존 프로그램 빨리 들어가야 돼. 역시, 야. 생존 아이돌로 불러야 돼. 제가 제자로 키우고 싶거든. 본능적으로 되게 이런 부분에서 아마 생존의 욕구가 굉장히 강한 것 같아요.
제가 아까 준비했던 생존 가방이 인터넷에서 파는 16만 원짜리 생존 가방이었는데 아직 좀 부족한 것 같아요.
시중에 파는 것들도 나름대로 이 생존의 중요한 요소 카테고리가 어느 정도 반영돼 있지만 이게 최적화된 건 아니에요. 공습 경보 상황에서 분명히 파생방과 관련된 무기가 포함될 수 있어요. 그때 빨리 대응할 수 있는 건 10초 내에 강동면이 준비가 돼야 돼요. 예를 들어서 이런 식으로 바로 꺼내기 쉬운 곳에 방독면이 있든가 하면 이렇게 해서 원래 나왔어야 돼요. 그리고 방독면을 선택할 때 여러분들이 많이 착오하는 게 지금 이분은 이거 쓰고도 죽었어요.
안 쪼였어요.
아니, 이분 지금 화지형을 뒤집어 쓰고 있는 거예요. 제가 일본에서 오를 만들기 위해서 가져왔어요. 화지형, 여러분 방독면 선택할 때 그냥 아무 방독면 선택하면 안 됩니다. 여기 이거 하나 기억.
Dia bukan cuma ambil satu-satu, tapi kalau digabungin tuh gimana gitu loh.
Bayangin dia ambil coach